Floyd and he was me, he would never have to fight again because that exhibition shit, as me being his little brother, hey, little bro, we finna do 10 rounds and we both gonna get 100+ million for it.
Right.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well, I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Right.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, this channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdu shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, with Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. "4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
What's good? What's going on? Salute to the family on this good Wednesday, this rainy Wednesday. We back to get boxing as just do, how we always do. We're going to burn the airwaves up for a couple hours. Y'all know how we do. Y'all catch this on the playback. Smash the like button, sub to the channel. Turn your notifications on. Come say what's up. Come say hello. How y'all feeling today, man? Let me say what's up to the fam. Miss Joette, peace and blessings, queen. Good to see you. Barbara D, my boxing mom. Peace to the queen. How you feeling today? Always good to see you. Manuel, what it do, my guy? Lisa Smith, peace and blessings to the queen. Always good to see the ladies in the building. I appreciate every last one of y'all. Judah Vision, my guy. What's good with it, bro? How you feeling? Yeah, man, it just get better every time I hear it. I ain't gonna lie. Thomas Hill, what's good with it, bro? How you feeling? Like, the more you actually listen to what he was saying, he was thinking on that, but I ain't gonna lie. Mike Ron, what it do? Lonnie Lee, JBT family. And the fact that he said I ain't had dinner, that man really be knowing I don't be eating sometimes when I be up here. Thrill Hill, what it do, my guy? KBSR, what's good with it, man? LaMarcus, my bro, was good, man. Salute to the fam. How y'all all feeling? Andrew Gray, my guy. Thomas Hill, Dr. Boxing Talk. What's good with it, bro? We be over there cooking, man. Great shows, man. Malaza, what's good with it, fam? USA got a gold, 400 meter, and a silver in the 300 meter. With obstacle, a race dominated by Ethiopians for decades. Shout out to Malaza. Appreciate you adding that to the chat, bro. Dante's Boxing Talk, my guy. What's good with it? Crush the legend. What's good with it, Crush? How you feeling? What's good with y'all? Y'all feeling today, man? Are y'all entertained by the circus that is boxing, or that is Turki Alashikh and Canelo Alvarez, man? Man, I've been laughing a lot, man. Canelo, I knew he was funny, but I had no clue that man was funny like that. That Canelo Alvarez is a funny individual, man. They done taught that man English, and he just going crazy. He say he like cursing. Teach, what's good with it? Teach 5 G's, what's good with it, bro? How you feeling? Man, this has been entertaining. I like it. Look, man, Turkey. He said he don't like how Turkey talking, man. You know I'm the clip king, so I keep the clips in the cut for y'all. So I got the clip, but yo, man, Canelo Alvarez is hilarious, yo. I did not expect this, yo. Man, know what I'm saying, man, y'all did not expect this man to be speaking English this much. He said, yo, this yeah, take it easy, calm down. He said, if I you up right now, the money is gone. The money is gone. I'm like, man, Canelo is a damn savage. The English speaking Canelo is one of the funniest things in boxing right now. Aisha, peace and blessings. Queen, how you feeling today? Always good to see you. Say, don't worry, Caleb. I'm gonna take care of him for you. You know we're gonna have some fun with it. We're gonna talk about a few things, man. We got a few things, but we gotta laugh at it. I think this press conference slowly turned into one of the funniest things that I've ever seen. Like ever. He said, you my son. Said you hit like my son. Hold on. Because Thomas just brought up the clip. I know what you're talking about, Thomas. I think I got that one in here. I might have it in here for you. Hold on, where it at? Thought I had it in here. He told him, Caleb, don't worry, I got him for you. Funny as shit.
You have so many fucking problems. Huh? Many problems. You're gonna have problems. You have so many problems. You will see. You're gonna see. You're gonna see. So many problems. You're gonna feel so much pain.
You never got hit by this before.
You're gonna say. You're
never got hit by this before.
You're gonna feel so much pain.
You're gonna feel pain. You're gonna feel pain.
pain.
You're gonna feel this, yo.
A lot.
I don't hit like Triple G. I don't hit like Kirkland.
You hit like
I don't
my
hit like
son.
Kirkland. Yeah, you hit like my son. My son hit harder than you.
You hit like my son.
My son hit harder than you.
You will see.
You will see. I'm gonna break your nose.
You will see.
I'm gonna break your nose. I'm gonna break your nose.
I'm gonna break all of you.
I'm gonna break your nose. I'm gonna break everything in your body.
Who do you think you are? You pretend you're rude. For what?
Who's pretending?
You.
He said, what do you think you are?
You pretend to be so rude.
No.
For what?
No.
For what?
As a fighter, I respect
As a
you.
fighter,
But we
as a
fighting,
fighter,
so there's no respect.
You
There's
pretend
no respect.
be so rude for what?
No, I respect you.
What you been
I respect
done?
you as a
With
fighter.
who?
No, I respect you now as a fighter. But we got a fight coming up.
I know, but
So
you pretend be.
Man, this shit is hilarious, bro. He said, who do you think you are? Why do you pretend to be so rude? Man, y'all up there threatening to beat the hell out of each other, man. Y'all both being rude, man. You know what I mean? It's the hurt business. He got to be rude. I like Edgar for this, man. I like Edgar. I like the fact that he talking his talk. At least he don't sound like he mesmerized by being in front of him. You know what I mean? At least he ain't mesmerized by what's in front of him, right? That's what I'm glad to see. You know what I mean? But this all it is, the build up. The build up low key might be better than the fight. You know what I mean? John's Garage was good with it. He came with the lyrics yesterday. Now, this was hilarious, man. Mike Brown, what he do? So he told Play go handle Berlanga for him. I thought I had this one in here. I thought I had it in here. Hold on, I gotta check. I thought I had it. Thought I had that one in here. I hope I did. Hope I ain't forget. Hold on. I think I got it in here. You know, the quick king got that. I got that.
Buddy, that's for you. You think you got more IQ than you?
What you said? What you said? What you said?
With have IQ, better IQ than me.
Okay, you're gonna see.
You will see. You got more IQ than Floyd Mayweather, than Miguel Cotto, than Lara, than Edgar. Come on, bro. You're happy.
Come on, man.
Take it easy way because you
Sitting up there like a Mexican drug lord. Somebody gotta be stopped, Joe. He said Joe Thunder's coming. Oh man, yo, you gotta love this stuff, yo. Yeah, this is why when y'all come here, y'all expect to laugh. I enjoy boxing, bro. I in no way, shape, or form gonna be mad about what these dudes are doing. This is entertainment, and I'm looking at it just as such. Canelo is a pretty interesting man speaking English. Whoever taught that man how to speak English need an instant raise. They got somebody need to check, man. Yeah, he was nice. He was nice as hell. Take it easy. Take it easy. Fight words with Bang. What up, homie? How you feeling, bro? Good to see you in the building. Yeah, I love this though, man. This is fun. It's funny. It's something I had to revisit, man. I had to talk about that a little bit. It delivered in so many ways, man. The trash talk, the back and forth. It's just all it's making me more interested in the fight, to be honest with you. And this is what Berlanga said. Berlanga said the Mexicans ain't feeling that.
Don't like him.
A lot of Mexicans don't like him. Bob done went into his fights. I done walked into his fights, and Mexicans are screaming at me, "Tú vas a ganar, Canelo! Gana Canelo, puñet!" Telling me that, Mexicans. So, and I asked them, damn, your own people. Like, yeah, I got Puerto Ricans but they don't hate on me like that. It don't be that crazy hate. They don't like him.
What Caleb Plant is saying, I do hear some of that. I've been hearing that for years. Not all of them. Again, nobody has 100% support from nobody, right? So it's just normal for some people to be diehard boxing fans and kind of they see this like this retirement kind of tour that he's running on. He's running on a retirement tour, right? So it's people that genuinely support the sport of boxing that are Mexican and don't rock with what he's doing. It's just the way he moving. Yeah, he put in a lot of work. Yeah, he beat a lot of people, man. He put in a lot of work. There's no denying that. He's well accomplished, but I just don't feel like that give you the you already know. Appreciate you, family. You already know. I just don't feel like at no point in your career do you get to just shut it down, so to speak, right? And stop challenging yourself to the best of your abilities. Like, you got to think this dude was just holding undisputed. He had all the titles. He vacated the title, which I think was the smartest move he could have made, because although people don't care for Edgar Berlanga, you definitely don't care for you damn sure don't care to see him fighting a William Skull. So he vacated that belt. Now William Skull is fighting, what's his name, Vladimir Shishkin or whatever, something like that. And I do believe I could see Canelo trying to fight the winner of that for that belt back. I wonder if he do that, man. I'm really truly done with him. If he fight the winner of William Skull, because no slight, no disrespect to Edgar Berlanga, but I just don't see him being able to beat him. Samuel, what it do, fam? He said, if you up right now, your money's gone. 619 Cali Factor, what it do, fam? Want to see Crawford fight the Vergil versus Bohachuk winner? I was hearing, we're going to talk about that too, because it is fight week for Serhii Bohachuk and Vergil Ortiz. And I'm going to play the breakdown from Pro Box, man. They did a nice interview breakdown on it. And we're going to talk about that fight too. But, you know, some people think that he might be looking to fight the winner of them too. So it's a lot of good fights at 54, man. I ain't stuck on no Canelo and Crawford, but we're going to talk about that too, because Canelo has some words for Turki Alashikh as well. Said playing a hell of a trash talker too. He called him, man, 31-year-old prospect. And he did it with a straight face, Dante. He did it with a straight face, bro. I love Plant, yo. I'm telling you. Caleb Plant, I always liked him. But he a guy that I just continue to rock with even more and more through the years. Win, lose, or draw, that dude don't duck no smoke. And he for it. He with all the action, man. I love watching Caleb Plant do his thing. And he could talk that shit too. So it's fun watching him, man. I'm glad to see him back. And I hope he chopped Trevor McCumbee ass right up. You know what I mean? I feel the same way with Berlanga. I wish he fought Plant first. Yeah. Cornelius, what it do, fam? How you feeling? Yeah, I mean, the thing is with Canelo, man, he's stopping other fights that should happen. And he's taking people potential opponents, basically, right? You know what I'm saying? It's other people that he could have fought, but it is what it is Edgar Berlanga. The bright side of it is this has been highly entertaining the whole way through. I've been having fun watching these dudes trash talk and go back and forth. Now you got Canelo Alvarez kind of going back and forth with Turki Alashikh, which is interesting in and of itself too. You know what I'm saying? To see these dudes going back and forth. You know, this was what Turk had to say, man. He said, I heard what Canelo said, that he respects me, but doesn't like the way we do business. As for him respecting me, it doesn't matter to me if he does or not. He said, as for the way I do business, I know why he doesn't like it. He said, because I only target big fights at fair prices, So of course, anyone who likes easy fights won't like that. So Turk on Nello ass. He said, bro, what? Basically, he's saying you want to be paid, you want to be overpaid for easy fights. Basically, he said you out here fighting them setups. Turk on your helmet, man. Turk said you out here fighting setups, bro. Turk said he don't care if you like the way he do business or not. He don't care. He gonna keep doing it how he doing it. He targeting big fights for fair prices, and he's saying you are the opposite of that. You want easy fights. Excuse me, for big ass huge paydays, and that shit not gonna fly. You can't. I mean, he probably don't want to overpay him to fight nobody. You get what I'm saying? So we gonna see, man. He definitely called him out right there, man. Then he said, I know how it feels after losing the Bevo. Nah, somebody gotta take Turkey phone. He acted crazy. He got to Twitter war, bro. Bro saying, I know how he feels after losing the Bevo. So he's been looking for easier fights ever since. Said also, I'm not the one who's afraid of fighting Benavidez or Crawford. Damn. Turk trying to eat through Canelo. Yo, this shit is hilarious, man. Man, this is funny. Yeah, he called that man out. He said, man, so let me get this straight. Let me sum it up. He's saying you want easy fights. You trying to be overpaid. He don't care if you care. He don't care if you like how he do business or not. He gonna continue doing business how he see fit. He calling you out for being scared of Benavidez and Crawford. That's crazy. Then he said, therefore I knew he was wasting our time and making excuses with big amounts of money that can't be paid. So I'm continuing my way to make big fights that serve the boxing world. And he's on his way to making easy show-only fights. Damn. Is that a mic drop from Turk or what, man? Did Turk drop the mic on his ass with that one? Turk got on his helmet, didn't he? Turk typed the paragraph. Glad Canelo standing on the square. Hey, Barbara D, I'm with you. The energy. Watch, I got another clip because Canelo responded to this. There's a response to this as well. So I'm gonna play that. I'm about to play that. Teach was good. Now he said a lot of things that's right, but in terms of what Canelo was saying, like the way he's doing business, I ain't gonna say it's right or wrong, but so many people are starting to highlight what they feel like is his energy or his approach to getting these fights, right? It's my way or the highway, it sounds like. But Canelo is pretty much saying the same thing. Canelo got Turk in his feelings. He got that man typing up paragraphs, yo. And he using emojis, y'all. And he using emojis. He got Turk using emojis and everything, man. Turk goofy ass thing. Now he definitely ain't the face of boxing, and people got to chill off that. LaMarcus was calling him that and saying he's saving boxing. Listen, he put on a hell of a card this past Saturday, the Crawford and Madrimov, the hell of a card. I mean, the fight that he did give us, the only fight I could say he gave us that we needed to see that we didn't see, but I felt like we was gonna get it anyway. It was just a matter of time. Was Tyson Fury and Usyk. I felt like that fight was going to happen without him. So since then, I mean, he's put on some fights and some decent cards, right? You know, that other card that Wilder and all of them was on, that was pretty solid, right? So he putting on some good cards, some good matchups and things like that, getting guys opportunities. I don't have an issue with none of that, but that doesn't mean that you're saving boxing. You haven't done quite nearly enough. That's a slap in the face to everybody else that's been participating and help build this sport up. He just got here. Respectfully, he let him do his thing, but he just got here. He ain't saving a damn thing. And I don't know how you saving something that ain't dying. Boxing wasn't going nowhere. Boxing was good before he got here, and it'll be good after he leaves. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where people, they get off just making it seem like he's the savior. Like, nah, we got one fight that we really was waiting around that we know we needed to see was the undisputed fight between the heavyweights. But outside of that, like I said, it's been some solid, good cards. And that's as far as I'm gonna go with that. He ain't saved none. Yeah, it's very premature and early. Yeah, he used the emojis. You know it's different. You know the old heads use the emojis. It's different. Malik K, what's good with it? Look, I like Edgar. I mean, I like Edgar Berlanga. I'm actually rooting for him, Malik. I'm actually rooting for him. Jay Allen said he tried to strong arm Shakur talking about I need an answer now. I didn't like that. I didn't catch it initially when somebody brought it up, and then I went back and watched it. That's why the moment it looked like a little like, huh? Like, that's not how your approach is wrong. Because if we all could hear that from our seats, we shouldn't hear that. That's not where you try to facilitate a fight. You get what I'm saying? Y'all in the atmosphere trying to enjoy the fights. You get what I'm saying? His approach got to be different, man. Like, you ain't God's gift to boxing. You know what I mean? You ain't you know what I mean? You Zoom verse, my guy. What's good with it, bro? How you feeling? Melanie Queen, peace to the queen, man. How you feeling? Said Turk got time on his hands. He's speaking facts, but it's not what you say. It's how you say it. Just don't want him throwing the money around, think he's going to take over everything. But you know what, Melanie Queen? I don't think he is going to do that. And this see, I had some fun with this. I laughed at it because he was going at Canelo. It's funny, but I still always bring it back to boxing, and we going to get what we supposed to get out of it. Listen to what he said. He only target big fights at fair prices. So that makes me think like he ain't doing nothing different than what any other promoter is doing. I don't think he's giving people these millions and millions of dollars that everybody think. I just don't see that. I don't think he's doing that. And he's pretty much saying so. Look, I'm fair prices. That stood out to me. So I think it's an exaggeration in terms of people thinking he just in here, he in boxing, running around just slinging big lump sums of money around to any and everybody for any kind of fight. That's not what's going on. And I'm telling you, you can see it, man. They released the purses. I ain't in nobody's pocket. I don't care how much fighters get paid. I just like to know that they got treated accordingly, fairly, right? In this dirty sport. But I don't care how much guys get paid, but they released the purses for the guys on that card from this past Saturday. It wasn't like somebody, when you look at it, you ain't looking at it like, oh man, they get so much more money, unless it's something that we don't know about going on. And I seriously doubt that. So to me, it looked like he's right on par with paying people what other promoters were just about paying. You get what I'm saying? I don't see it unless I'm missing something. I don't know all the inner workings, but I mean, that public post was, that was enough for me right there. I'm like, I don't think he's throwing money away the way people was thinking. Where I think a lot of the money is going is not so much to the fighters to be overpaid. I think is with promotion. I think they said he spent like 110 million or something like that. What they said, I gotta find a post, but they said he spent about 110 million, something to that effect, man, something like that. So, like I said, I think he's spending a bulk of money promoting these events and things like that. But I don't think he's just giving the money away like that. I think people got a misunderstanding there. I just don't see it. And what the going price is, by how much we don't know. It possibly, but it ain't nothing where it ain't like what people are saying, Teach. Maybe it's a couple more points, but you get what I'm saying? It don't seem like it's it's life-changing situation. I just don't see it. You know what I mean? Maybe I got it wrong, but I don't think that's the case. Because you would be losing so much money. You got to think about how much you pouring into promotion alone. They're definitely going the extra mile to promote these events for sure. Because I've been enjoying all the promotion. You know what I'm saying? So I know that's costing money right off the bat. Even Andre Ward said, these other promotional companies ain't spending that type of money on no promotion. They just not going to do it. So I think that's where a lot of money is going. And I don't think that you could not only afford to spend so much in promotion and then basically look, just think about it, all negatives to a degree, all costing you money. You spending a ton on promotion. Is obvious with the these videos and different things that these rollouts you putting together, right? Then think that's one thing that's costing you money. So you telling me you're gonna do that, then you're gonna overpay the fighters that fights that they should be fighting anyway, right? For the most part, right? And then on top of that, from what I'm hearing, the events ain't even making what they supposed to make. So that's a triple negative. Like that would just be bad business. I don't think he could sustain that. It would be no type of longevity in that. And I ain't got to know all the numbers to know that. Like you spending that much money, obviously, and everybody's highlighting that. They even talked about how much money he spent with the promotion. So there's that. Then you're going to overpay the fighters and you're not going to make the right kind of money on the events. Nah, I don't see that. There's no sustainability in that. I just can't see it. I can't see it. I just can't see it. So like he said here, man, he paying people fair prices, man. I just think it's a little bit of an exaggeration in terms of you know, like I said, how much he's actually paying people. I don't think he, you know what I mean, breaking the bank to pay people. I don't see it. You know what I mean, I don't. It's like you paying undercard fighters well to make big cards. Yeah, and that's nothing wrong with that. So I ain't saying they ain't getting a little extra as Frank Martin put it, right? But I still don't think it's these millions of dollars that people like to sling around so loosely. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to him, kudos to him. But this is interesting, man. Him and Canelo getting into a back and forth, and this is pretty funny. It's pretty funny right now. Yeah. He got Eminem to put on a funky ass concert. You get what I'm saying? That costs money. I know it costs money. You know what I mean? The other promotion companies are stupid to lose all that money. Hey, and that's another thing, LaMarcus, and I agree with you. You get what I'm saying? So that's just sound like a guy that's basically giving away money. And if that was the case, shout out to my guy KO, because he came through the other day and asked the question, like, you know, about if this oil money is what they're saying it is, then why don't he just, you get what I'm saying? Why don't he just pay Canelo what he asking for? So it was a good question, and I understand it. I'm not saying they don't have money, you know what I'm saying, and are wealthy, but again, this unlimited budget that people act as if you know, Turki Alashikh has for boxing, I think is a damn mirage. You get what I'm saying? I don't think it's real. And like I said, I don't see the sustainability in that if that's what's going on. That's a lot of money being spent, and ain't nobody in business just to lose money. I don't care who you are. Ain't nobody just in the business to lose money. So we gonna see. We'll see how things continue to shape out. But let's get to what Canelo had to say, man. Let's get to his response, because he damn sure had a response for this. Oh man, Canelo's a funny dude. Shout out to Fight Hub.
Sí, pero yo como le digo.
No, tienes que decirle. Aquí. Pero no merece pelear contigo.
Sí,
no merece. Después de
no, aparte yo no estoy pidiendo esa pelea. Al
pues
final
claro
de
que no. La quiero para mi hijo, por favor.
Sí, no, aquí yo creo que Crawford needs to fight Teofimo first, and then we'll see, right? At the end of the day, like I said before, I'm not asking for that fight. They want to make that fight because it's a payday, obviously, but I don't want that fight. I think Teofimo deserves more than me.
He's the king at 140 right now.
Yeah.
Turkey has said that he's not interested in the fight anymore. What's your reaction or your response to that?
Yeah, wait, take it easy. My response to Turkey is this. Yesterday, they text me. They text me and say, we can talk about the fight in February with Crawford. Yeah. They text me yesterday, and I say, look, I'm not going to talk about any other fight. I'm focused 100% on this fight. Look, I don't like the way he talk, and I'm not in this position because of any. I'm in this position. If he wants to work with me, it's in my way, not in their way. I don't need it.
What didn't you like about how he approached?
This is not the way to approach. It's not the way to approach to me. Look, I respect everybody and I respect Turkey, but look, if he wants to work with me, it need to be in my way.
You said you feel Crawford is easy. You felt that Crawford to you is easy money, or why? What did you see there, Canelo?
Look, I don't want to talk. Crawford is a great fighter, and I don't want to talk about that. He's a great fighter, and I have nothing to with Crawford.
What would you say to Pitbull? How'd you see the Pitbull fight?
I have nothing to Crawford. Canelo said that's not the way to approach. he said maybe Crawford need to fight Teofimo first. He told Crawford to fight Teo first, then we'll see. That's crazy. Telling him he got to fight Teo first is wild. That's wicked behavior from Canelo. Yeah, this man is crazy, man. He funny, yo. Canelo is funny as hell, but again, aside from the laughs that we obviously get from it, I gotta always bring it back to the boxing. Look, he been having his way for so long, and think about it. He's been having his way without the help of Turki Alashikh, respectfully. Like he said, I respect him, but that's not the way to approach. You know what I mean? You don't like the way he talked. Like this is Canelo saying this. He don't like the way he approached it. Like you text his phone and you basically suggested, you know, maybe negotiating a Crawford fight for, what did he say, February or something like that. And he told him he don't want to talk about no other fight but Edgar Berlanga right now. Respectfully, that's how you're supposed to do it. But I think, you know, you got a fighter, one of the cash cows of boxing, right? Saying he don't like his approach and how he talk and things like that. And then you have the fans have that little interaction in the arena when he was talking to Shakur and Eddie and how he was talking. So people, you get what I'm saying? It's starting to look like he on some, you know, his way or the highway type stuff. And I don't like that, because our fighters been doing well before him. And I hope everybody don't start getting desperate thinking that, you know, they need him to make fights. I don't want to see that. You know what I mean? Teal Senior bad Canelo stay awake to say Crawford should fight Teal Jr. Yeah, they was over there talking, right? Drew Canelo doesn't really need him yet. You get what I'm saying? He don't really need him, Teach. That's the thing. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of if y'all actually want to work together, because it's not a need. And I don't think either way. But if I had to say somebody would need somebody more than the other, it would have to be Turkey needing a cash cow like Canelo versus him. But truth be told, they probably both don't need each other. And if it's going to be communication like this, I seriously doubt that they do any business together. Fisher, everything was good with him. Yeah, he told him, take it easy. Canelo was a funny guy, man. Crucial content, trying to get Teal beat up. I'm telling you, Turkey to talk to fighters directly without going through protocols. I agree, Barbara D. I'll say this. I'll give him some benefit of doubt while talking to Shakur, because he's in between, right? He not signed to nobody, right? So he ain't like, you know, jumping the line with that specific situation. But still, that's that. But we still got the way he was speaking that we didn't appreciate. And y'all highlighted that for me. I had to go back and really listen to it. You know what I mean? I hear how he was like very like demanding on the sideline and in a public setting. Like, I just didn't understand that. I didn't like it. It's because we don't see nobody else move like that. And we not about to sit here and say the rules got to change because it's him and he got some money that people keep exaggerating. You know what I'm saying? I don't like his approach either, Nello. I'm with Canelo on this one. Right. He told him he'll want to talk about it right there. You know what I mean? Beth was good with it. That Buzz should fight Teal. Oh, did he? That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. He said, but look, if he want to do business with me, Nello was crazy. It has to be my way, not theirs. It has to be my way. He said, but look, I don't want to talk about Crawford. Crawford's a great fighter. That's it. I don't want to talk about Crawford. That's how he be. That's how he be, y'all. But look. Remember the other one? Remember the I got proofs? The I got proofs is always gonna be funny. He said, I got my lawyers. He's trying to steal money. I had the proofs. Oh man, but Canelo, man, listen, it's been funny watching this. I didn't expect this to be that funny. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know what to expect with him fighting Edgar Berlanga. I think because a lot of us are stuck on the fact that we feel like he don't have much of a snowball's chance in hell at beating him, right? So we stuck on that, but we forgot that it's still a press conference and all that stuff that has to take shape. And you know, surprisingly so, it turned out to be pretty funny and entertaining on both sides. Edgar Berlanga trying his best to show that he belonged on the stage and he ready for the moment. And then you got Canelo just cool as the other side of the pillow, unbothered, pretty much treating this like he know he about to walk through this kid. He got Canelo talking, which is great, though. He got him speaking a lot of English. I like it. Like I said, whoever taught that man that English, if it was somebody that helped him, they need a raise instantly, bro. Because I think he got a lot more people attention being that he's speaking that English like that well. I really do. I think that go a long way with fans, especially when you ain't got to constantly hear people try to interpret and translate what they saying and get the wrong stuff. Like, it's good to hear him speaking for himself. Tony, what it do, fam? How you feeling? Yeah, he been funny as hell, official. You talk like Canelo seems like it's just exaggerating a little bit for emphasis. Huh? Tony, what you mean? What you mean? You got to tell me what you mean, bro. I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you're trying to say. B-Dog, what's good with it? Sandro Alvarez. Canelo ain't kissing that hamburger rapper's ass. Damn. Probably sell out of a couple dollars. You know what? I'll say this. Let's put it in perspective because we're here to talk about it, right? Mark West, what's good with it, bro? How you feeling? What's good with it? I got proofs on the soundbar. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do need the little clip, man. I do need to do something with it. I like it. It's funny. It's funny. I like the English speaking Canelo. Like I said, it makes him more entertaining and again, simply easy to understand. So that language barrier is kind of knocked down with him speaking for himself and speaking well enough so we can understand him. You know what I mean? That's what I like about it. But look, I don't think the fighters are selling out, right? I think what Turki is doing his due diligence to a certain degree, right? I think he kind of looking at the landscape and looking at these fighters in their specific situations and seeing who he probably feels like he can make or who's in a situation where, you know, them dealing with him, they can benefit off it, right? That's what I think he's doing. But in that process, I hope people don't go and sell out for just the money, right? I hope they put themselves in the right kind of situations if they're going over there with him. Because so far, you know, some of the guys been getting put on these cards and taking some tough losses, man. So you just don't want to, you know, you obviously a prize fighter, you want to get paid, but you don't want to put yourself in a situation where, you know, you getting beat up and ruining potential paydays down the line. So you just want to be smart with how you move, right? You know what I mean? And you want to make sure that the situation is right, not just the money, right? You want to make sure the situation, the entire opportunity is right, not just the money. The money is key, and that's probably most important. But I think it's smart to make sure that situation is one that fits you. You know what I'm saying? Man, I gotta take it. Sometimes I gotta take a breath, man. I gotta take a breath. I gotta take a breath. So you think I'm exaggerating the way Canelo talks to make people laugh? Okay, cool. Well, we do like to laugh over here, so I don't know what your issue is with the way I'm speaking about Canelo, but I'm still confused as to what you're trying to say. Like everybody else laughing right with me. You come in here, I don't know what your issue is, but you on your own with that. You on your own. You dig? I don't know. You might not like it, but that's just you. You're on your own with that. So, you know, it's just what it is. Like if you complaining about me making an accent, I don't know what to tell you. But back to the boxing. Let's get back to it, man. But yeah, so that's what I think is going on, Tay. Maybe it's some mismatches. Look, I think it's tough fights going on for sure. I think Jared Anderson was a prime example of what a tough fight was, right? He just had an extremely tough fight, but some of it is these fighters' willingness to take them opportunities. So it's like I get what you're saying. Is these fights definitely seem to be difficult for some of our American fighters for sure. And dudes getting, you know, janked probably on cars and stuff too. That's why I said, you know, you got to really make sure that situation makes sense, man, because I'm starting to see something, and I don't want to, you know, I'm gonna watch with a close, you know, watchful eye. I hope that, you know, the people ain't just selling out like Tay is saying for the bag, like just the bag alone. Make sure that situation and that money is right. You dig what I'm saying? Make sure that money is right. You know what I mean? Then we can't complain that when Top Rank gives these guys cherries. I feel you. Casanova Pugilist, what it do, my guy? Canelo hasn't won big fights before Turkey. Still doesn't want it with Turkey. Enjoy Canelo fighting Berlanga for the rest of his career. Canelo fans, this is what y'all supported. Truth teller was good. 95% versus 100% equals 97.5%. Hot damn. Truth teller was good with it. My guy, Remo, Let's Talk Fashion in the building. Was good, bro. Another dope episode in the books. Dude, what's good with it, cuz? How you feeling? trying to make the conversation against relevance. Yeah, man. I ain't know. That's my, cause that's my guy. But I've been doing that for like years at this point with Canelo, even before the channel. He always was funny trying to speak English, so I like it. I mean, I like it. But yeah, man. He fighting Berlanga, and him and Turk went back and forth. Turkey called him out for the way he been moving. He called Turkey out for the way his approach and the way he talks. So you already seem like you got an issue there. And like I said, when it's all said and done, I don't think these two dudes need each other. You know what I'm saying? They don't need each other. And that's where it's at. I don't think either guy really going to bend. You heard what Canelo just said. He said, hey, man, if they want to do business with me, they got to do it my way and not theirs. And Turk is saying, I'm going to continue to do business my way. And I'm going to target big fights at fair prices. Not easy fights at exaggerated prices that can't be paid is pretty much what he's saying. So that's what he said. You're making excuses by asking for, big amounts of money that can't be paid. So he basically saying that's your way of getting out of quality opportunities. And he also called him out, saying he's scared, he's afraid of Benavidez and Crawford. So this is interesting, man. It's kind of funny, man. Shout out to Canelo, man. Not so much for who he's fighting, because I look, that is what it is. But yeah, that's yeah, you already know, Thomas. That's the fan mo right there. Matter of fact, I don't even know why he ain't in blue, but we're gonna get it right. But yeah, so that's where we at, man. I like Canelo, the fact that he didn't fold, he didn't bend and fold, he didn't, just say, hey man, this dude got money, I'm gonna just jump on over here and do whatever. He kind of stood on business right there. I ain't gonna lie. I do like it, because for him to say that he don't like the way he's speaking and he don't like his approach, I think that was meaningful. Like, all the jokes aside, and with me laughing about how he was saying it, he really was saying something right there. And I think what y'all was saying too, like I said, we got the evidence in that arena when he was talking to Eddie Hearn and Shakur, talking about, I want to answer now, like very demanding. So from the looks of it, I don't think I like his approach either. So I'm with Canelo as well. So like I said, I just hope that whoever decides to go over there and do business with him, make sure that not just the money is right, but their entire situation is right. Make sure they're taking the right opportunities and they're not just, jumping shit to go try to make a couple of hours and it go horribly wrong for him. You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, I can't fully fault him, right? Because these opportunities, as well as they're offered, they can be turned down. So that's why I said some of these fighters, they got to make sure they're not too gung-ho and jumping shit to try to go make a quick bag. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that opportunity is right. Make sure it's a fight that makes sense. I think like more recent, like I could say with Jared Anderson, because we just seen this with him. I really think he was just, as a young buck, not turning down smoke and really willing to fight whoever they put in front of him. And when they made this offer to him, like I said, I heard he was like, hell yeah. I heard he was like, hell yeah. You want to fight Martin? But hell yeah. That's what I hear. This is how adamant he was about fighting him and not turning down no smoke. So that's where I applaud him. That's why, even though he took the loss, I'm still able to, have a great deal of respect and support for him, because he did something that a lot of guys that's, 10 years or more older than him don't even want to do. Dudes ain't jumping, like I said, out their seat to fight Martin Bakole. And the only loss he got on his record is to Michael Hunter, who's a damn good, underrated heavyweight in his own right. You know what I mean? Official everything, my guy. Pardon me. Kate Causey was good with it. So I used to, can I say thank Davies? Thank Davies. Just the Virgil's fight get rescheduled. Nah, Tony. It's this Saturday, bro. Virgil's fight this Saturday. It didn't get rescheduled. It's this Saturday. No, and we're gonna talk about that in a second too, after we pass, with this Canelo conversation. These guys, Zach B was good with it. These guys aren't getting proper camps to prepare for these fights. Turkey is just saying do it now. And I don't rock with that. See, we all feeling like that, Zach, and we ain't tripping. You know what I mean? That's why I'm saying some of that is like, yeah, I don't like the approach and the way he presenting these opportunities. But then we got to look at the fighters too. And we got to say, hey, man, their teams have to be smarter than sending their guys to the slaughter, so to speak. You get what I'm saying? Because that's what it's like. Guys not having full training camps and fighting in 50-50 type matchups are, competitive fights that you can lose That's not smart. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like this whole do it now. I need an answer now. What's up? Like it. I don't like the energy. You know what I mean? Borzoli Wolfhound was good. Canelo's just standing on business is simply that he doesn't want to be tricked into fighting equally skilled opponents. No. Well, I say standing on business. Let me be clear. Let me be very clear. He wasn't fighting. He wasn't going to fight those quality opponents with or without Turki, right? He wasn't going to fight them no way. But why I say somewhat standing on business or kind of putting a foot down because he ain't just letting a guy that's come into the game and dictate terms to him. He been having it his way, so he ain't about to fold for him, right? So that's why I say he was standing on business because he would have looked different. I'd have had a different like outlook at him in a way if he would have just, you know what I mean? Like he said, he got a fight lined up now. Why are you asking him about Crawford right now? You get what I'm saying? You let him focus on his fight, and then you tell him, you know what I'm saying? And again, he said it's the way he approached. And think about it, he said they text him. So, and you out here texting, you know what I'm saying? You got Twitter fingers, and he texting, bro. So, you get what I'm saying? So, that's why I said he was standing on business, not just jumping to the guy, you know, beck and call and being like, all right, hey, we could work this out, such and such. He like, man, look. And you want to work with me, we doing it my way. You know what I mean? That's why I feel like he's standing on business. But in terms of we talking about opponent selection, he's most certainly absolutely not standing on business. He's picking and choosing, and that's something he's been doing. Fender Bender would it do. So, you know what I'm saying? That fight night saying he needs to know now. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Aisha. I don't like that. I don't like that either. Like, who the hell do you think you are, buddy? You know what I'm saying? Big Baby, for instance, new trainer. Yeah, okay. That's why I say, but you know what? It takes for a smart team too. Because look, Ronnie Shields and them for a second was offered a Benavidez fight, right? When he first got with him, he was like, nah, like I gotta let me get some time with him first. You get what I'm saying? So that's what need to take shape. Guys gotta identify when the situation don't make the most sense. You can't just be blinded by the bad. You get what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna knock the guy for going to get that money or, you know, going to chase an opportunity that he seemed to be lucrative because this is boxing and there's nothing is promised in boxing. So go get your money. But if you can deal with whatever comes with that, and you know what comes with that, potentially getting upset, losing, if you can live with that, then so could I. You get what I'm saying? Crawford fight McGee, and if he gets by him, then he fights Canelo. Nah, that's not disrespectful. Truth teller. I never thought of that, to be honest. I never thought of Crawford fighting a McGee. Never thought of it. But something tells me that fight really ain't gonna happen. For one, the two people that would be, you know, a big factor in making it happen are not even on the same page. You know what I mean? So whether or not Crawford could want it all he want, Turki could have an offer all he want. But if Canelo was like, y'all gonna do it my way, I see that fight being potentially killed. And you know what I mean? I think it's real smoke for Crawford at 54, believe it or not. I think a Jermell Charlo and Terrence Crawford fight would be great. You know what I mean? Like Charlo come back, get his feet back under him, and that fight get made. If possible, obviously, I'd love to see it. So he got real smoke at 54. I just don't think at approaching 37 that he needs to jump 2 additional weight classes to fight Canelo Alvarez. I don't need to see that for him. I don't need to see that from him, should I say. If he wants to do it, I'm going to support it, but I'm not asking him to do that because, again, it's funny that Canelo is even talking Crawford name now after saying no amount of money would get him in the ring with him. Now he kind of having, you know, he double dutching a little bit. Holmes said Ronnie Shields is a bad trainer. I totally don't think so. You know what I mean? I definitely don't think so. I think if you had to ask the fighters and then, you know, the other trainers in the sport of boxing, that guy's well respected. I definitely don't see Ronnie Shields being a bad trainer at all. You know, none of these guys are perfect, but definitely he run a tight ship. My bro knows him personally. He runs a tight ship. Very smart, very educated dude. He take his work serious, man. Big Baby got his first loss taking advice from Turki. Yeah, and new trainer, Aisha, he had Sugar Hill. I'm all back. I would pay to watch him in Morel spar. Right. This guy always be losing. He'll just be in the corner between rounds screaming, come on, man. Yeah, I like Ronnie Shields, bro. I never thought that was a good fight to begin with. Yeah, I mean, it is a good fight, but a risky fight. You get what I'm saying? Did it make sense to necessarily make that fight right now? Probably not, seeing how it played out. But Ronnie Shields is one of the best trainers in boxing. You know what I mean? We don't hear everything they say. That dude's a hell of a coach. He ain't get to where he got for nothing, man. You know what I mean? I never thought that was a good fight to be. Yeah, but yeah, facts. It was gonna always be a tough fight for him, though. You know what I'm saying? It was gonna always be a tough fight. A1 Hoop Zone, my guy, was good with it. Ronnie Shields is one of the best in the business. Yeah, absolutely. Key structure was good with Turkey, still good for boxing. I get you trying to build a fighter. Bud at 54, but freezing the 135 division out. I'm still like, look, I hear you, because I've been hearing people say that key structure, and I'm trying to watch it, and I'm understanding what people saying, but I'm not for sure if that's what's going on just yet. If he's really freezing out the 135 division, because if he's talking about making fights with Shakur, that's a guy that's at 135, right? You get what I'm saying? So I know that's only one guy, but it's who he gonna put him in there with, other 35 pounders. So you get what I'm saying? And in a sense, if he end up doing any type of business with him, then 135 will be, you know what I mean? It will have to be something he consider. He can't just ignore 135. Do I think he's good for boxing? I think he's done some decent things for the sport. I'm still watching with a, very close. I'm just, I'm watching. I'm observing. It's very early. I don't want to make no permanent, assessments off, very limited information. So I don't know if that's exactly what he's doing, because it wouldn't be smart to do that. I mean, 135 is a lit division, man. That would be foolish business. So I think he's done some good for sure, but all that saving of the boxing and stuff, nah, I don't agree with that stuff, though. Tim Layton, what's good, my guy? How you feeling? Canelo, I get you, but the thing is, truth teller, and I get where you going with that. Like, if he was a guy that, like, he's at a point where nothing can force his hand. The powers that be ain't gonna force his hand. The sanctioned bodies, nobody's gonna put pressure on him. And we've been calling for him to fight guys for years, and it hasn't happened. They haven't materialized. And I think, again, because he knows full well how much money he bring to the sport, that's allowing him to do whatever he want to a certain degree. So I really don't think no move can force him to do, anything at this point. And it's unfortunate that not even once the public pressure can't get to you and you just gonna ignore it and still keep fighting who you fighting, it's tough. And sanctioning bodies, the powers that be, nobody put no type of pressure on you for you to do anything outside of what you're doing. It's tough. You know what I'm saying? It's tough. But if he was that type of fighter that's like, yo, you beat X, Y, Z, or you beat this person, then I'll fight you. I'll rock with it. But him, he's stubborn, and he's stuck on what he's stuck on. You know what I mean? We want to see Burgers Canelo protect these fighters at all costs. Hell yeah, we ain't no more handicap fights, Tay, and setup fights. You know what I mean? And again, without Bud being able to have the proper time to acclimate to 168, it'd be kind of a setup fight. You know what I'm saying? Hell no, don't give Canelo shit. Nothing easy. You know what I mean? Damn, man. I think Shakur looked like a fighter on Saturday. You know what I mean? If you look, he ain't do nothing out of the norm. Loma was screaming more than you've ever seen him scream, but I don't think that's looking for attention if you're telling a guy directly, let's make a fight. You get what I'm saying? They are fighters. That's what he's supposed to do. He didn't like make a scene. He didn't get into some fake scuffle. He wasn't talking about fighting outside the ring. Loma was talking about let's fight over there, as if he would have fought him outside the ring. Shakur was pointing, no, in the ring. Let's fight in the ring, me and you. So as a fight fan, I see nothing wrong with that. I can't call that man out his name for being a man, for being a boxer, a fighter, and telling another man that he's been wanting to fight for years, hey, man, what's up? You want to fight? Let's do it in there, me and you. I don't see a problem with that. That's what he's supposed to do as a fighter. Son of God, what's good with it, my guy? How you feeling, bro? With 5-star boxing starts, you know it, my guys. How you feeling? Ronnie has trained many fighters, especially Mexican fighters. He's great. Shout out to Key Structure. You get me? I'm gonna always give you something to think about. I don't want to change your mind, but I'm gonna always give you something to think about. Maul Brooks, my guy, what's good with it? Does what he wants, like he said, and that's what it is, B-Dog. He does what he wants, and he don't have a reason or incentive to change. There's no type of pressure that's going to force him to do anything outside of what he's been doing, which is picking fights with guys that he really feel like he's going to beat up, and that's just what it is. It's tough, but that's where we at right now with Canelo. His antics has led exactly to where we at right now. And look, I can't ignore he's put in a lot of work. He's fought a lot of guys. But again, just this pre-retirement tour, so to speak, that he's going on, where it's you know, I gotta have all of these advantages, and you get it's tough, man. So, but I don't know, man. Maybe Berlanga shocked the world, man. There's always a chance, you know what I mean? But nah, I think it's a very slim chance. Yeah, I don't know, home wreck. I don't know. You must have a personal with Ronnie Shields, bro. But we don't over here. We build the sport up. We don't tear it down. Like I said, Ronnie. It ain't me just saying it. Ronnie Shields is well known around the boxing world for being one of the best trainers and most knowledgeable trainers in the game. Every trainer loses fights. You get what I'm saying? I don't know where your angle, where you're going. I don't know what the personal attack is with Ronnie Shields, but I respect the sport. Look, I ain't mad. I ain't sensitive about it. If you don't like Ronnie, you don't like him, but I think he's a hell of a trainer. And I think a lot of people would agree. Nostalgia, like, what it do, my guy? How you feeling? Was good. Bud, one of these 8-4. Talk to him, man. We ain't gonna keep playing with him either, Tay. We said what we said. Look, my final thoughts on that. That fight was more competitive than it was close. People might not like that or agree. That's cool. We all see different things. That fight was very competitive throughout each of the rounds. None of the rounds was won with a guy blowing the other guy out for sure. But I feel like Bud Crawford won the majority of those rounds. Most definitely. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, like Dub said, I seen him mention, and I thought the same thing. He put himself in a bit of a hole early, and he had to kind of dig his way out. Madrimov did, and he did a hell of a job doing it. Landed a lot of right hands, probably more right hands than we seen get landed on Bud, especially in recent memory. Actually took him the distance, all that stuff. So I think people were caught off guard by that, and they feel like because of it, you know, he didn't do what he was supposed to do. Kirk Douglas, what it do, my guy? It's better than that Butch. Andrew Gress, I like Turkey coming in the game with the spotlight. Is either fight or duck. Look at Fury. Nah, I like the fight or duck attitude is always going to be appreciated, but it's like this demanding type attitude that I don't know if I'm too fond of for the boxing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, I gotta get that man his just due. Like, I don't know. All trainers lose fights, bro. All trainers lose fights, but that is one of the good ones, man. I'm telling you. He is great for the sport because he gonna teach you. Think about it, bro. Here we are. Let me just real quick. Let me pit stop to this because here we are. Ronnie Shields has a David Morrell who's looked at as one of the best young talents in boxing. A Cuban on the way to being a Cuban sensation star. Well, however you want to look at it, right? The dude been putting on. He had an opportunity to fight a Benavidez when they kind of offered this fight early when he just got him. If he was such a bad trainer, he would have took that fight, knowing damn well that they ain't have no type of chemistry together and they ain't even work with each other yet. He would have took the fight. Now, here we go. Let's fast forward to today's time. No slight, no shade. I'm just making a real point. You got Jared Anderson and Sugar Hill. How long they been working together? I heard it was about a few weeks or something like that. They took the fight. And not only the fight, it was a step-up fight. You get what I'm saying? So, and lost. You get what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna say they a bad trainer for that, but that damn sure don't make Ronnie Shields no bad trainer because he loses a fight. Now, I mean, a bad trainer would have took a fight knowing damn well they had a, you know, not a good chance at winning. That's what a bad trainer would have did. Now, I mean, that dude is a smart man. Think about Canelo yesterday in the press conference, bro. His jokes. I've been laughing. We've been laughing all day. Nostalgia Life at Canelo. I'm busy. What it do, my guy? Ant McQueen, the professor in the building. How you feeling, bro? Not a big fan, but yeah, he pulled out the win. Yeah, he pulled it out. He pulled it out, man. He he did what he had to do to get that dub. Shout out to my bro D1 and them 1 million views, man. Shout out to him, man. That's great. That's dope, man. That's always great, man. Shout out to my guy. Canelo to Berlanga, you think you got the IQ plant? Come on. Yeah, it was funny. Yeah, it was funny. We had fun. Look, I got you. Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button. We gonna keep rocking.
Hello. Take it easy. I'm gonna take care of it for you. think he got more IQ than you?
What you said? Like what? What you said? What you said?
Will have IQ, better IQ than me.
Okay, you're gonna see.
You will see. He got more IQ than Floyd Mayweather, than Miguel Cotto, than Lara, than Edgar. Come on, bro. You're not easy.
I know you're gonna see.
Take it easy. Take it easy way because your turn is coming.
Don't talk about it.
Canelo, do you believe
D Free, what it do, fam? Ronnie have too many world champions to be a bullshit trainer. That's all facts. Opulent LDTV, my guy. What's good with it, family? Yeah, Caleb, stay ready, man. I love his energy, love his attitude. Mr. No turning down, no smoke himself. You know what I mean? Caleb he'll get in there with whoever. You know what I mean? You gotta appreciate that dude. And he could fight his ass off. I hope he put on a show for September 14th, man. I think his opponent in for one. Yeah, man, Canelo is a fool. We've been laughing the whole time. I said, yo, give me the English-speaking Canelo any day of the week, bro. I will take it any day of the week. Because of the way that this press conference been going, it made me kind of really have an interest in wanting to see this fight. I kind of want to see it now. You know what I'm saying? Because it just been fun to listen to. NPR said Berlanga inexperience would cost him big time. Absolutely. And another thing to add to that point, NPR, when he opened up, he leave himself exposed real bad. And Canelo's a great counter puncher with fast hands and snappy hooks and shots. Great body shots, stuff like that. Like, I think his inexperience is really going to be the determining factor in the fight. And it's funny that I just played that clip and it was speaking about IQ. Canelo is very smart. I don't know who. I seen somebody say Canelo is not a smart fighter, a high IQ fighter or something like that. What the hell? What Canelo Alvarez you been watching? Yeah, he got a bit of a lazy approach sometimes with the, he want to fight a certain style of fighter, want a guy to come straight to him. Yeah, he could be a bit lazy, but he's damn smart. He's one of the smarter fighters in boxing. How the hell y'all think he been winning? That's why I don't know what people be saying. Whether you don't like the way he moved, don't mean he ain't a good fighter. You know what I mean? Yeah, but he ain't the one, man. Plant ain't going, Aisha. Plant ain't going either. Yeah. Facts, Dante. He respect Plant's skills and his IQ because he know Plant gave him a good fight. He know it. It was Canelo's IQ that got him the knockout on Plant, and the fact that Plant slowed down too. But it was that IQ that did it. You know what I'm saying? AJ versus that's gonna be a shootout, I think, too, man. I do. Yeah, man. It's funny, man. We just, we just enjoy the boxing, man. Let's laugh at this stuff. The shit that they notice, bro. Everybody in the crowd is also laughing at Canelo. Not laughing, they laughing at the stuff that he's saying. Everybody had a good time. That was funny. You know what I mean? Caleb Plant even gave him the thumbs up. Come on, man. That was fun, man. That was fun hearing that man speak that much English. Talking that much trash and pure English is classic, man. You got to put all them clips and link them together and play them joints, man. Canelo is must-see TV speaking English. I'm sorry, bro. That's a funny guy, man. That's a funny dude. And maybe it's the accent, but it's funny. They don't show those signs of being F-wittable, right? I'm glad Canelo's taking out the trash. Yeah, he going. Yeah, Berlanga got his work cut out for him. Respectfully, he do. It's gonna be a tough night for him, man. It's gonna be very difficult for him to win this fight against Canelo. But let's see. I'm rooting for you, Edgar. I'm rooting for you. It's an uphill battle, bro. But I'm rooting for you. But Canelo got a wealth of experience on his side, and I hope he understands full well, at least for the most part, the reason he picked him.
When I talk, shut up.
I don't want to shut up.
Shut up.
I don't want to shut up.
When I talk, shut up.
I don't want to shut up.
Canelo?
When I talk, shut up.
And then what?
When I talk,
and then
shut up.
What? What are you gonna do?
And then
what you gonna do? What you gonna do?
All right.
What you gonna do? I don't want to fuck you up right now because your money is gone. So
I'm gonna take your place.
I'm
gonna take your place. I'm gonna take your place, papi.
Then your money is gone.
Puerto Rico.
If I fuck You are right now. Your money is on. These are done.
Man, you can't tell me that's not funny. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You're not gonna do anything. Man, that alone made me interested in the fight. But look, shout out to Edgar Berlanga. The only thing he could do is try his best to be prepared for the moment, cross his T's, dot his I's, and come in with his A++ game. That's all he can do, and hope for the best. This is going to be an extremely difficult fight for him. He's been in there with much lesser guys that gave him issues. It's only logical to think that a guy with the experience of Canelo Alvarez, the skill and talent, is going to give him a ton of trouble. He's going to have all he could handle September 14th. I hope he prepared. I hear his team keep talking about the knockout. We hear that shit every fight. They say that all the time. Canelo is one of the hardest guys to hurt, if not let alone knock out. You know what I'm saying? I've seen him hurt, visibly hurt one time in his career, and he was probably 19 years old, if I'm not mistaken. And then he recovered and won that fight by knockout. So all that knockout talk it sound cool, but it is knocking Canelo out is not gonna be no easy task. That's a tall order right there. Verse Havoc, what it do, my guy? Rolly opening up the card, big Rolo. Verse Havoc, I know you was looking. I know somebody was looking out for big Rolo. You know what I mean? Like this fight, maybe it's just me. I'm not. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, Irvin Mack, my guy. What it do, family? I ain't gonna lie, Kurt. I ain't mad at it no more because like, think about it. It is what it is. We knew Canelo wasn't going to fight these other people. And I will say this. I think this fight is more entertaining than a William Skull. I will say that. He could have fought a William Skull, y'all. He could have did that. I think that would have been even worse. You know it. I already know you a junkie, boxing junkie. You know it. Jose Cotto. Yes, sir. Heard him when he was about 19 years old. That's you could find that clip on YouTube, but he shook it off and knocked dude out. Canelo is a different breed, man. I'm telling you. That's what's up. Shout out to Big Watch Barroso, man. Shout out to Truth Teller. I ain't know that. 704 Joe, my guy. Got to get you just do what's good with it, bro. Canelo said he got 8. 704. He said he got 8, and he getting him out of there. He said he gonna make Berlanga feel pain for 8 rounds, and that's it. He said after that, that's it. That's it. You done. So we're gonna see. Let's see if he get him out of there in 8. But again, Berlanga only know one way. That's coming forward. He's not a back foot fighter. He's not a guy. He's not no ring general or nothing like that. He's not no fleet-footed guy. Not gonna do a whole bunch of backwards fighting. He only know one way coming forward, and that's exactly what Canelo like. And I think when he go on the attack, he got to be very smart because he's going to open himself up and he's going to be susceptible to those big counter shots from Canelo, preferably those hooks, uppercuts. I could see those body shots. I'm telling you, man, it's going to be a tough fight. But again, I am rooting for the underdog. Berlanga, I'm rooting for you, bro. I ain't no fool. I know this is going to be the toughest fight of your career by far. By far. It's going to be difficult. Hope you got your work cut out for you, buddy. Got your work cut out for you. Look like you got hurt briefly by Beaver fight too. And again, B-Dog, notice that's why I said like visibly, like where we ain't even got to guess it. Like he was clearly hurt against Jose Cotto. But I get what you're saying, yeah. And I think he took some shots from some people that, he felt for sure. But, like where he had the heavy legs and he was really, getting opened up on for a second. Yeah, it was once. And that's crazy. That dude got a hell of a beard, man. Hell of a beard. He's fighting a Japanese fighter who's 23-0, 5'11 and a half. Andy Ramos. Wow. Respect to him, man. Respect to Big Watch Barroso. I like Big Watch Barroso, man. Justice for Big Watch Barroso, man. I'm rooting for him just because he got gypped out of his opportunity to win against Rolly. Man, y'all, we rocking with Barroso. You know what I mean? Barroso for the win. Big Watch for the win, y'all. Big Watch Barroso for the win. All right, let's keep rolling, y'all. We gonna keep cooking, man. We ain't done. Y'all keep smashing that like button. Let's cook, man. Let's keep building. Move on. So look, we already know September 14th. We got Canelo and Berlanga. May the best man win. Berlanga, I'm rooting for you, man. I'm rooting for you. Rooting for you. But this been a fun presser, and I've been enjoying it, yo. So shout out to them boys for being highly entertaining. Surprisingly entertaining, too. So let's get to this, man. So let's talk about it, man, because, yes, justice for Big Watch Barroso, for sure. I'm really rocking with him. I'm already rooting for him, Aisha. I don't even care who he fighting. I'm rooting for him. Hope he win. For straight like that, just because we know he got his opportunity snatched from him against Rolly, for sure. You know what I mean? Barroso been in the gym, haven't seen him in chats in about a year. right, Tay. Right. But look, y'all, let's keep rocking. I got something that I wanted to play from Pro Box, man, because it is fight week for Serhii Bohachuk and Vergil Ortiz. And I think that's going to be a banger. I really do. I think that fight is a fire fight. Them dudes only know one way, too. These ain't no magicians in the ring. It's no secret as to what they want to do. They coming to hurt each other, and they coming for blood. And this is going to be a bang out. You know what I mean? I really do. I think this is really going to be a bang out. This is going to be a highly entertaining fight, I believe, man. Highly entertaining, man. So fight week, man, it's only right, man. Talk a little Vergil and
welcome into the Big Fight Breakdown here on Pro Box TV. We're at it twice a day. Download the Pro Box TV app right now.
Sort of enthusiasm. He just. So hey, listen, Turki Alashikh means well. You know, I love it's the natural enthusiasm. It's the ignorance is bliss sort of enthusiasm. He just wants to make all the best fights, but sometimes you got to understand you can't put the cart before the horse before certain fights.
Right, what it do, fam? How you feeling? Yeah, I agree, man. That's why I say this is going to be a fire fight, man. It's no way this fight ain't going to deliver. We just seen what kind of fight that, you know, Bohachuk gave to Mendoza, man. I think he down there broke his jaw. You know what I'm saying? He was pounding on him, but my question is, could he stand up to what Vergil going to be bringing? Because Vergil's still very strong, man. But, you know, there's always that chance where you just don't knock everybody out. But Bohachuk, to his credit, has been knocked out once. So it's happened already. So, you know, Vergil just got to find that sweet spot, find the button on the night and get his. You know what I mean? 21 for 21. You get what I'm saying? Vergil be smoking cats.
He's right. Bohachuk, he is a solid guy. Yeah, he's got all knockouts, but he's a guy who does things fundamentally for the left hook. I know I am. The left hook.
Yeah, man, I agree again, man. That's why I played this, man. I thought they did a hell of a job. Shout out to Pro Box. Did a hell of a job just adding some depth to this breakdown and you know, really, you know, highlighting guys' strengths and weaknesses, possible ways to win, all that good stuff. Like I said, man, Vergil Ortiz, man, very strong, explosive kid, technically sound like he said. He can be hit, though. That's what also makes him exciting, right? And somebody mentioned it in the chat. Pardon me, one of the fans, y'all mentioned that Mean Machine tagged him pretty good. That he did. So since then, you know, it's been you know, on the up and up for Vergil, but we've seen him get touched a bit. So we know fighting a guy like Bohachuk, he definitely got the power. These dudes, no doubt, got the power to hurt each other. That's why this is a fun fight. Big Dre, what up, family? How you feeling? And on top of that, like I said, the fact that these guys ain't really going to want to take a backward step. You know, of course, unless you obviously resetting to some degree or being pushed back, but it's not going to be a bunch of guys trying to locate and find each other in the ring. They going to be there to find each other. This, I do believe, is going to be one of those type of fights, man. I think somebody getting smoked in this fight. I don't see it going the distance. These dudes is punchers and they only know one way. And like Dr. Boxing Talk mentioned, the one loss for Bohachuk was a fight that he was winning. And he got comfortable, like he said, and got clipped, you know what I mean, by Brandon Adams and got stopped. So there's that. He can box. He can box as well as punch. And it's the same goes for Vergil. But I do think Vergil is a little bit more athletic, like he was saying, more technically sound and things like that. So I expect to see Vergil take this win. I do.
Look at it, Chris.
You know,
then we're going to talk about, I'm trying to just let this play through because this was a great breakdown. Like I said, I think it was very fit to play for the show. They broke this down on a great level. And that's why I love to hear it from former fighters, man. These dudes be speaking. But Vergil's will, his conditioning, and his overall health will be tested in this fight. And he had 2 quick blowout fights, so we don't fully know what he is or what he ain't just yet either. So there's that element at play too. Gertz, what it do, my guy?
You expect more.
I don't think people were really thinking about Crawford and Vergil Ortiz too much until Turki Alashikh jumped in before that fight and mentioned it. Yeah, it was a thought process. If Crawford was going to stay at 54 and he's going to try and collect the belts, that a Vergil Ortiz fight could materialize. But once Turki says it, because he's been able to make so many of these fights happen that we never even thought of, didn't think could happen, it kind of it can come to fruition, or at least comes to you mentally. But in terms of the kinds of names and money that Crawford is looking for, Vergil Ortiz isn't there yet. He's not that kind of guy. So unless Crawford decides, you know what, staying at 54, I'm fighting all these young studs, I'm going to collect.
Either you're going to get knocked off or you're not going to look perfect every single time.
I agree with that 1,000,000%, bro. This is why I said this was a good, this was a good watch. They was dropping some good points, some great points here. You fight enough of them guys. I don't give a damn who you are. Every night ain't going to be your best. That don't mean you can't win them, but every night ain't gonna be just it. You know what I mean? Okay, everybody keep focusing on that. Can you tell me what Tank's saying though? Now that he free too, I hear it on one side. I've been hearing it for weeks now. Like Shakur's supposed to say something that he already said over and over. But did we hear from Tank yet? Now that he free?
Guys, you got a couple guys. Anderson Silva.
And I only asked that just to kind of create some balance to the conversation, because they keep saying something doesn't mean anything. Doing something means something. Like, you get what I'm saying? He said this shit over and over. He can't make that fight by himself. The only thing this is how I see it. I could be wrong. Got to answer that call. If that call is made, that's what they was saying. All this other side, the A side this, the A side that, they control this. They, they make the offers. They send the offers. Man, that's all I'm saying. A phone call initiates a point of contact. It's simple, man, but you can't say what one guy don't want if the other guy saying that's what he want to. Because I want to be clear, I heard what both of them said, but I only keep hearing Shakur. Meanwhile, that's basically removing any potential responsibility on the other side. All fighters have a responsibility. You can't just sit on your hands and say, what did the B side supposed to bring you to fight? Since when? Like, I don't know. What fight did he make like that? What fight was made like that where the B-side came to him and made the fight? I just would not.
The marketability crop that needs to be built up. The guys like Jaron Ennis, who've been sitting on the outside, on the island of his own for 2 years. And I love that you said that. That was a really good one. So, the island of his own.
Stanionis is there with him.
Stanionis was supposed to be, he's supposed to be a household name now because of the Vergil Ortiz fight. Whether he won the fight or not, it's going to be an awesome fight. People would know who he is. We're missing out on the opportunity of a lot of really good young fighters. They're not getting their shine yet. So to your point, Paulie, exactly. I mean, if Turki could stay a little more attention to these guys in and around these weight classes that aren't just those shiny objects, the future of the sport is bright.
I grew up in Central California.
How's that? All right, they're getting crazy. They going to commercial. This is what I wanted. Yeah, my bad. Now we moving along. But just to get some commentary for this fight, like I said, Vergil Ortiz in this fight against Bohachuk gonna be tested. We seen what Bohachuk did against Mendoza. Had that man jaw looking rearranged. It looked like he broke it, busted his nose, mouth, had him looking all kinds of bad. So we only seen Vergil Ortiz twice, at 54, both times with relatively soft touches for obvious reasons. I think now that he got the soft touches out the way, he taking a step up as I anticipated they was gonna do with him. Now we're gonna see what he made of. Like I said, his will gonna get tested. His defense gonna be tested. His chin gonna be tested. His health, everything he is gonna be tested at 54. I think against Bohachuk, but I think he the sharper fighter. I think he more explosive, more athletic. Boxing dad was good with it, so I think he got a better shot at winning this fight. I'll definitely lean towards Ortiz pulling it off, but it's gonna be one of them barn burner type fights, I believe. I think both guys gonna go in there to try to knock each other out, and I don't see the fight going the distance, man, at all. I don't see it, man. I think it's gonna be a damn good one. But like I said, if Vergil Ortiz is 100% and he ain't compromised no type of way physically, I definitely think he gonna get his hand raised. I think he gonna keep his KO streak intact as well. I think Bohachuk, he give a lot, but he he get punched too. And I think Vergil, like I said, just a little bit more explosive and more technically sound, more athletic. And I think those things gonna carry him to a victory. And he's very hungry, you know what I mean, and resilient too. So Vergil fight hard, man. So I expect to see a shootout to some degree in this fight, man. The guys gonna be going to look for each other in there. Like I said, it's gonna be one of them bang outs for sure. So, man, you know, this weekend, I'm gonna be looking forward to it, man. I can't wait to see it, man, because this is Vergil's chance to really show people that you know, he should make a statement Saturday night. You know what I mean? If he's healthy, I think he'll make a statement and get this guy out of there. I mean, personally, just my view, the sport ain't the current situation. Oh, sound like what Turkey's doing, saturating the market. Fighters already don't be trying to fight unless they get paid 3 times more than they can generate. Only make it worse. You know what I think though, Tay D, we was talking about it a little bit earlier too, bro. If you read what he was saying, he said he only focusing on big fights at fair prices. So what I'm thinking, and he's already like, you can tell he ain't giving away the money the way people think, because he's saying Canelo Alvarez is asking for large amounts of money that can't be paid. You get what I'm saying? So he's saying he's paying people fairly. So what people are thinking he's doing, he's pretty much saying that's not what's going on. He's not paying people way more than what we think they're getting, or way more than people are worth. I don't think that's the situation. And that's what he basically said. The reason, you know, Canelo don't really want no fights because he asking for money that, you know, he obviously ain't gonna get. So that whole paying people fairly, you gonna make these fights at a fair price, that's telling me you're not really giving away the money the way people would think. You get what I'm saying? And like I said, I don't think nobody's in the business to just give away money and lose it on top of that. Like, it's a double negative. So I don't think, and if you look, the fights that he's putting together are fairly competitive matchups. So they're like 50-50s where people can go in there and lose and shit like that. So I think, you know, he probably paying people accordingly, you know, with the challenge or the risk that they're taking, right? And it might seem like it's a little maybe it's that little that Frank Martin was asking about, that they getting to go fight on these cards and take these challenges, which I understand, but I would hope, and like I said, I'm gauging that based on the statement that he made, you know, fair price. That really stood out to me. That's telling me you're actually trying to give people what they're worth for these fights, you know what I mean, and not overpay. And that, again, if he was just in the business of overpaying, why wouldn't he just be willing to pay Canelo anyway, right? And just give him the money. You know what I mean? Give him the $150 million he asking about, right? Because he already said he ain't, you know what I mean? He'll make a fair offer to him. He keeps saying something reasonable. And if he with it, that's what he was saying at first. So, you know, I will hope, you know what I mean? Like I said, for the sake of boxing, that's not what's going on, where you just overpaying guys for the sake of making the fights. And the reason these guys are getting that extra, if they actually getting it, is because of the challenge they're taking, rather than him just trying to make a fight and overpaying. Because that would kind of ruin some shit, I think. You know what I mean? Make guys, you know, not understand their worth and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? So I hope everybody ain't just jumping ship just to make a couple of hours and not making sure that the situation ain't right too. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see though in due time. But shout out to Vergil Ortiz and Bohachuk, man. I think that's going to be a shootout this Saturday. I'm with you, Tay D. I'm with you. But I'm just focusing on what he's saying. And then if you look, Tay D, remember they released the prices for this past Saturday. If you look at them, you look at the, you know, the payouts and stuff, and I don't care about people's pockets, but it didn't look like people was getting paid like some whopping crazy amounts of money, right? But I ain't gonna say they weren't getting paid well, but I don't think he was just straight. You get what I'm saying? Ain't nobody just giving away no money, man. I think people just been exaggerating that. You know what I mean? You guys had Turkey paid $20 million to Ngannou versus Fury. Crawford got 2.5. There you go. So that business is trying to bring us. But I think that situation is a little bit different. That's like what, a crossover kind of situation, where if it's, you know, that had more of a casual effect, right? Fury and Ngannou. So that business is trying to bring us fights, and y'all still knocking it. Yeah, and that's what I like, TD. Like, that's where I'm at with it. And, I mean, Rozilla, that's where I'm at with it, bro. If he's bringing us good fights that we want, I'm cool. You know what I mean? If people are getting paid because of it, I'm cool too. But again, I understand his point when he say like oversaturating by overpaying guys, and then now they had this, you know, misunderstanding of where they actually at on the totem pole and thinking they deserve more than, you know what I mean, what they do based on the way he deal with them. But like I said, I just don't think nobody in the business is giving away money like that. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't no different. You know what I mean? I do think he spent a lot of money, like I said earlier, with promotion, but he'd be a fool to just straight up be giving away all his money. I gotta restart this. So yeah, and I don't think it would be no sustainability in it, right? I was saying that earlier, right? I don't think it would be no real longevity in going about it that way, right? Just giving away the money for the sake, you know what I'm saying? It's senseless, right? There's no way there's no sustainability in that. You know what I mean? And if you're trying to be in it for the long haul, then I think it's reasonable to suspect that he wouldn't be silly enough to just be giving his money away. You know what I'm saying? But I do, like I said, with the statement he put out, I'm just trying to focus on what he said and what I'm seeing, and it's in line, right? He just getting people paid accordingly and getting them good opportunities in competitive fights that they can probably lose too. So, you know, I like it. I like it for right now. You know what I mean? But he ain't no savior, nothing like that. You know how people be saying. I think they be going too far with it. Yeah, we really don't know. Call Big Baby fight and steal a car, man. Right. Big. Not about the money. Why people running to Turkey? Again, I don't want to change nobody's mind. It's all how you look at it. I don't think it's a matter of them running to him as much as it's you know, them taking advantage of an opportunity that he's presenting them with. You get what I'm saying? Like they're prize fighters, so if they have an opportunity to make bank, you think they're not gonna do it? It ain't that they just running, but it's tough to say like what reason why not take it. It's a competitive fight. This is what we want. I can't find a problem because I can see if the fights are like mismatches and stuff like that. Now they're competitive fights and they're good matchups. So I really don't see the issue with, you get what I'm saying, with what he's doing. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't look at it as running to him. I look at it as taking advantage of an opportunity presented to you, right? As well as he can make an offer or present an opportunity to somebody, they can be like, nah, you know what I mean? I don't want it. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I look at it. You get what I'm saying? I don't think they've run into him. No, I think people see somebody got a hand in boxing and he's trying to do something different. People feel like, hey, it might be a bag over there, and I just can't knock them from a prize fighter standpoint. I can't knock people for seeking out opportunities that they see that might be lucrative or beneficial to them. You get what I'm saying? That's just, what else are you to do? You get what I'm saying? So I'm not against it. And then again, look at the fights. I'm focusing on the fights. I don't care about nobody money. As long as we getting good fights, I'm cool. As long as people not getting screwed over in that process, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? You know how much money they would have lost if that were true, right? Right. See, what it do, my guy? Canelo just a duck. You know, he don't want to fight. You know, he don't want, not them guys. He don't want to fight. So yeah, they be, you know what I mean? Everything over here, everything down the middle with me. You know what I'm saying? You could draw whatever narrative you want from this. I think I'm a very logical person. Y'all be trying to, like, you can have your thoughts. I hear you, but for me, I don't look at it as fight. You can't tell me a fighter is running to somebody because they're being offered an opportunity to make money and be in a competitive fight. That's what this the whole point of boxing, for them to make money and to fight meaningful fights. That's what he's providing right now. As of right now, I think that's doing some positive for the sport. I ain't about to find no negative in something to complain. Oh, they're running to Turkey. Why is everybody run? What the hell? Why do y'all watch boxing like that? There ain't no damn running. They making money. If he can offer them money that the guy that they're in front of can't, who am I to say, nah, don't go run over there? What? No, go get your bread. But more so, I said it earlier, make sure that situation is right for you, not just the money. Make sure the situation is right. That's what I hope. As long as guys is not getting screwed over, I could care less who putting on the fight. You get what I'm saying? If they want to do some business with Turkey, if they want to try to fight in front of another audience, maybe go over there, and it's a different opportunity for them. That's all. I'm not against fighters getting opportunities. That's all I see, is them getting opportunities from somebody else. I think people I don't care. No disrespect. Do your thing, Turki Alashikh. I don't care. I don't focus on him so much. What I did say is I don't like the way it's like the way his energy is, like this kind of demanding, give me an answer now. I don't like that. And, you know, Canelo even said it. So it's not all good, but when it's all said and done, that's small shit. That's small shit. If you really gonna make the fights and treat the fighters accordingly, and people are gonna walk away from their situations happy, who am I to complain if the fighters are not? If the fighters are not complaining about what's going on when they go take them opportunities, why would I sit up here and do it? Go get your bread, but understand what you're getting yourself into. Understand what comes with that. If you can make peace with taking an opportunity for a bigger bag and it's a riskier fight, a step-up fight, understand what comes with that. A loss very well can happen. You know what I'm saying? And as long as you cool with that, go take your opportunity, go get your bag. I'm not mad at it. You know what I mean? I don't care, Turkey. Look, if you're going to provide opportunities for guys to eat and make money, and it's a good fight on top of that, I don't see what's the issue. You know what I mean? I think it's an exaggeration about this overpaying stuff. I don't see no evidence of this. I'm not seeing evidence of what people are saying, how he paying all of this money. So who name me a fighter who's being drastically overpaid? And I ain't talking about no damn, you know, casual type setup fight with Ngannou and Fury. I'm talking about boxers. Who's walking away with some money that they shouldn't have had? Who's getting who are these fighters that's getting paid all this money? Because I don't know who they are. King, what it do, fam? How you feeling? I don't know who they are, bro. I don't know who these imaginary fighters that just making all of this money going over there to Turkey. You get what I'm saying? Like I just don't care about the individual as much as I do what he's actually doing. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, his approach is shitty. It need work. Maybe he used to dealing with people that way. Yeah, I'll say that. But what's more important is what you do. I don't care what you saying, what you doing. You getting people opportunities that make money, and you potentially putting them in fights that can help them grow their profile and moving forward. I'm with it. Look, Jared Anderson, we just seen Jared Anderson lose, right? And he already talking about he still have an opportunity for him like it's nothing. You get what I'm saying? You got to rock with that. How is that a bad thing? The man just got stopped. First time doing business with him. And he already like, man, look, that shit happens and we going to get him back like it's nothing. We going to get him another opportunity. I don't see the issue with that. I think it's like on one end, people like, but he's setting our fighters up to lose. How? They're competitive fights. That's what we're asking for. Everybody said it. Big baby, he ain't this, he ain't that, man. Take a step up fight. He took it and he lost. I don't see the problem. We want to see competitive fights. We want to see 50-50s. If he's going to provide that and them fighters going to walk away paid in the process, I think it's a win-win. You get what I'm saying? I think it's a win-win. So, again, I don't think it's all perfect, right? But what is? Again, I can only focus on what actually is being done. I don't care about it as much as what he's saying versus what he's doing. So you get what I'm saying? And I want to pay close attention to the fighters and hear if any of the fighters are walking away from these situations like with their head hanging down, and you get what I'm saying, feeling like he duped them or something. If they ain't complaining, what could I be mad at? You get what I'm saying? Go get your bread, go take your opportunities, and go be great. You get what I'm saying? But that's just me. That's just me. I just don't, but I know people see it different, and that's all good. I'm not gonna tell you wrong. If you see if you have a problem with what he doing, you ain't wrong for it. That's how you feel. I don't look for reasons to be mad. Like I'm looking at what's taking place, and it ain't the worst thing in the world. You know what I'm saying? I highlighted what I don't like about the situation. Like I said, with his approach, and even Canelo hit on that. The way he seemed to be talking to people was very like demanding, my way or the highway. Let me know now. Like that, I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. Still ties him to the boxers. Speaking, yeah, Bud might only got 2.5. He also got a lot of promotion done along with it. Yeah, they spent a lot for promotion. I think I seen a post that said like 110 million or something like that they spent. And I ain't gonna say just on that promotion. I'm thinking alone since he been in boxing. I'm thinking they said he been spending all that money. But we'll see. Turkey ain't doing the sport no harm. I don't necessarily think so right yet. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, his approach might be a little brash and, a little rough around the edges, right? But, it got to be something that's making people work with this dude. So I'm just willing to acknowledge that before I find an issue with it, right? Like I want to know how could I have an issue with something that I'm not involved with, right? Directly. And then the people that are involved in that situation directly don't have issue. I can't see You get what I'm saying? You know what I mean? If I start hearing fighters coming out like, hey, man, this happened, that happened, then I'll start to look at it different. But until then, you know what I mean? I can't look at it no type of way. Signing bonus. It could have been. He could have got more money. You know what I'm saying? But all I'm saying is just from the outside looking in, from right now, it don't look like he's overpaying the way people are saying. That's the only reason that's coming up. I just don't think that's what's going on. I don't think these people making all this money and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But we'll see, man. But shout out to everybody in the chat. Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button, man. We gonna keep rocking, man. So you buying those, everybody put theirs up. I'm with that. You dig me? Put that O up, man. Ain't that what we want? We get tired of people protecting the O, right? You want people to get their ass beat. Let's get it. But let's keep rocking, y'all. Yesterday I played a clip from Bomac where he was talking about Tio and how he was saying Tio was trash, and you know he's saying Tio ain't shit no more. He trash. This was Tio Senior responding to that. You know what I mean? For sure, Night Rider, I'm right with you, bro. Right there with you, bro. Right there with you. Right there with you. And I'll give him a shit ton of credit if he can make them fights happen for us, right? You know what I mean? But I ain't gonna give him the credit if he don't, you know. But let's see it, man. I hear you loud and clear, bro. Everybody don't like him. Everybody don't like what he doing, right? But for me, I'm gonna wait and see. It's very early, and I ain't seeing a lot going wrong. You know what I'm saying? Pulling fights because he don't want it. But the Canelo fight, but you got to think Canelo don't even know if he really wants to fight like that.
That's his dream match, and we are the season.
Hold on.
Match, and we are the season.
You saw it? Big Mac motherfucker. So this was.
Teofimo Lopez actually adamant in calling out Terrence Crawford, saying that that's his dream match, and we are the season.
Fuck Teofimo Lopez. He don't bring shit to the table neither. Trash. He trash. He used to be good, but now he trash. You heard it first. Y'all put it out there. He trash. You trash. You straight trash, dog.
Crawford did it at 36.
Hello, fight fans. Marcus Hayes, Fight Hub TV here with Teofimo Lopez Sr. We just had the press conference for Canelo Alvarez versus Edgar Berlanga. We'll get into you guys and Terrence Crawford, but let me get your breakdown first, Teofimo Sr. Edgar Berlanga, largely nice, not a whole bunch of negative things to say, and then everything just kind of flipped today with Canelo Alvarez letting him know, I'm not showing you any compassion or mercy. I'm beating you down inside 8. What were your thoughts?
Yo, listen, all I want is the best Berlanga out there.
My son.
If we gonna do what y'all...
Hey, Cash, don't talk about my son. I'll be laughing at this stuff, though,
Don't even
man.
go in the ring with Canelo. I don't see this fight going past 6 rounds. Berlanga is a good friend of mine. I love him, you know what I'm saying? But you got to say it like it is, you know what I'm saying? Canelo's in the pound-for-pound list for a reason. You know, Canelo got a chin. Canelo could pop, you know, and I don't see Berlanga, you know, he don't got that power to knock out Canelo. You know what I'm saying? So what I see in the fight, Canelo walking him down and ripping him apart by the 6th round.
Do we feel like his
you know,
son
and Berlanga's my boy, bro. You know, and I hope he doesn't get upset, man. But that's just boxing, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm a trainer. I can't lie. You know what I'm saying? And I think he took this fight too early. I think that he's not.
You a damn lie. You lie for your son all the time. You know what I mean? Turkey is a hardcore dream. The only people hating on YouTube are the Team Addicts. Damon, what's good with it, family? Yeah, I feel you.
Ready for him right now. Canelo's like still in his prime, you know, 33 years young, you know, and I think Canelo still got a whole run to go with, and this is a big money fight for Berlanga. Take the money, go on vacation, have a great time, and I hope he doesn't get hurt.
Not really giving Berlanga much of a chance, which is surprising. You guys have been, it just shows, it's a testament of how real that you keep things, always keeping it 100 on and on.
Man, that Miss Joette, that's what Bomac said. Bomac said the same thing. He said he called him trash. That's why I was playing this, because he had a little response for him.
Off the camera. Let me ask you, Tio Sr.
He's going to go down. It's going to be a left hook to the
Tio
body.
ain't trash. He just ain't consistent.
It's going to be that Mike Tyson, whoo, whoo, you know what I'm saying? And finish
Fire
it
frequency
right
was good.
Afterwards.
We got J-Lo. You know.
It's definitely going to be a knockout. You know, we haven't seen a knockout from Canelo in a while. You know, and Canelo got to show that come that night. You know, and you know, you know, people just get into like.
I still ain't seen J-Lo yet,
y'all.
y'all.
You know what I'm saying? But I got nothing against Berlanga, bro. But I think that this fight is just too fast for him. You know what I'm saying? I think that he should have just waited a couple more years. You know, they ain't no stopping Canelo right now.
Now, real quick, you know, I'm gonna stop it a little bit just to give my brief thoughts on what he's saying. There's no tomorrow in boxing. There's no guarantees in boxing. All that wait a couple years stuff. You don't even know where Canelo will be at in a couple years. You don't know if that opportunity will still be there waiting for you in a couple years. Shit, in a couple years, you might have a couple losses and never see a Canelo fight. So respectfully, all this too soon shit, look, get your bread, young man, because you might not never get an opportunity to make that kind of money again in your career. I'm not against nobody doing it, but in the process of him getting his money, I do want to at least see him go out there and try to win this fight and don't just be a damn punching bag. But again, all that wait these couple years, man, you don't know if that opportunity will be there, man. So look, Berlanga, go get your bread, man.
You feel like when that first bell rings on September 14th, that Edgar Berlanga might as well just start throwing haymakers and go for broke right away.
Gotta go in there for broke.
And try to rob my son.
My son. He's gotta do what he said he was gonna do, and that's about the only. You know, every fighter got to punch his chance. You know what I'm saying? And I think that he needs to go in there for broke. You cannot.
Traveler, my guy was good with it.
Canelo. Canelo knows how to cut the ring really good. Those body shots are devastating. You know, I wish. Listen, man, they're both my friends, man, and I wish both of them the best. You know, but I think the best man that night is gonna be Canelo.
Sort of a change in tones,
and that's the same thing like with anybody else. Same thing with that with Frank maybe Frank and Tank. Yeah, maybe it's too soon. Yeah, but you never know when that opportunity, if that opportunity ever exists. So when it presents itself to you, you got to take it. Especially if you're a fighter that's always talking about you with all the smoke, and you know what I mean. Then you get smoke offered to you, the biggest fight that you could all the smoke you could possibly want, and then you say no, talking about I need years, I need some time. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna make no sense. Canelo was trash. Remember when Tio beat Loma? Also, that he said that his son will beat Canelo. Yeah, he tripping. Hey, Soups, Garza, salute, fam. Chop, what it do, fam?
In the overall arc of the fight, both guys have been pretty respectful toward one another. Nobody really has said anything of any disrespect up until today. Do you feel like? Did you feel like Edgar Berlanga, his niceness came from a place of fear? What do you think was leading Edgar Berlanga to be so nice? Was it just to secure the fight, or do you think that he was trying to get on Canelo's good side?
I don't think any fighter that goes in the ring is scared of any other fighter. You know what I'm saying? You're always gonna be scared, man, because that's just nature. You know, it's just part of us. You know, there's no man in the planet that goes into that ring not scared. You know, there's different issues about being scared. You could be scared of being knocked out. You could be scared of having a bad performance. You could be scared of not looking good. You know, there's different ways of being scared. You know what I'm saying? So all those notions and all that stuff got to be away from your head. You know what I'm saying? You got to light up the lights that night, you know, for you to be successful. It's been done.
Did he just say no fighter be scared and then turned around and said there's many different ways to be scared? Yeah, I see where Tio get it from.
Before, there's been a lot of upset, you know, and in boxing. I think the best chance that Berlanga got is to come in strong, come in hard, and be that monster he used to be back in the days. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only...
Be that monster he used to be back in the day is crazy. What is Berlanga, 25? 26, something like 27, one of them. Like, what do you mean back in the day?
You know, hope that I give him. Do I believe he's going to win?
He's still young. He don't got no back in the day.
But every man has a chance. What I want to see Berlanga going in there, not respecting Canelo, and doing his work. But my prediction is he's not going to go past 7 rounds. Canelo by knockout.
Yeah, facts. See, well, I don't know, Verse Havoc. It's a tight race, man. because Teo learned it from him. It might be Teo because
And we'll be seeing, for all intents and purposes, what may be an angry Canelo Alvarez. You've seen him today. We heard him talking here in the post fight.
He called him motherfucker.
He was quite ticked off.
Talking like nothing, you know what I'm saying? Canelo don't like that shit, you know, when you talk about his mother, you know, and I was surprised that he didn't get it. Well, he did get up, right? You know,
he did get up.
You know, and Canelo doesn't like disrespect like that. That's one word that you never call another fighter, MF, you know, because the mothers don't have nothing to do in the fighting game, you know what I'm saying? They scared of they're already going through a lot, you know, because it's their
like
son
he had
there,
that long of a
anything
career.
can happen, you know, you could
back
die
in the
this
day,
sport.
it's crazy.
So you know, for Berlanga to set MF to Canelo is just kind of crazy, you know what I'm saying? And
it's not
those
crazy.
are words that we say in New York, you know. So I'm saying I don't think that he meant anything about it. You know, it's just like, you know, it's just like when you say
It's a noun, like Bernie Mac said. It describes a person, place, or a thing.
it's like when they bashed me against Nakatani when I called him the N-word, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you shouldn't have said it. Why would you call Nakatani the N-word, fool? But I feel you. I just don't feel like he ducking boots. I just feel like they're in two different divisions. I feel like you know, Turki Alashikh should try to make that fight. You get what I'm saying? He did call Boots and say something to him about it. Boots said, let's make the fight. I think the issue is them not being in the same weight class, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew the only way we was gonna see Bud at 47 again is if he fought Spence, right? I never thought Boots would fight either Bud or EJ at 47. I always thought it would be up at 54. I got you. I already know Chop. I just feel like, you know, that one might have skipped him, but who knows if they feel like Turki Alashikh is making all these great fights. So won't he make that one?
And they got viral.
You know what I'm saying?
Got crazy,
make Boots in
Let's touch on that for a second. What is it about New York where everybody's saying the N-word? What it's shocking. Like, we live out here on the West Coast and people don't do that on the West Coast. What is it? What is it about that?
In the East Coast, man, I'm from the White Claw Projects, man, and I was hanging out with my black peoples, you know, my Puerto Ricans, my Dominicans, and it was a regular word that we use, man. You know, like you know, like and.
So it's no disrespect intended at all.
The fact that he got to still explain this is wild.
We're not making it racist. You know what I'm saying? And
it's a term of endearment. Then
I think he'd be willing to do
but
it.
we're not allowed to say it. You know?
Especially if it's offered to him. Especially if Turki Alashikh make a offer and Crawford is on board, I think he'll do it. I hear it.
Understand? And that's what people got to stop that because
right,
you know, when Andre Ward took it hard on me, you know, I got death threats on my taxes. You know what I'm saying? And if I wanted, I could have got me a lawyer and try to sue Andre Ward for doing that because he's putting my life in danger.
No, you couldn't have.
You know,
no, you couldn't.
I was calling a guy.
God, man, yo, all the shit you talk, don't dare open your mouth about suing somebody. Man, this dude is crazy. Man, they know how to piss me off.
And he was Japanese, for God's sake. You know? And you come in, Andre Ward's coming like, oh, we can't let these guys keep on using these words and this and that, you know.
You could have got Andre Ward sued for saying that we can't keep letting these people use this word. Shut up.
What the hell? Because he should have never pushed that issue. You know, until up to today, I don't get a mic. I don't get a mic. When they want to hear me talk, they got to bring a mic and put it in my mouth. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not allowed to have a mic.
Kind of an off-spin of that. Senior, I wanted to ask you, a couple of nights ago, we were all in Los Angeles for Riyadh season. We saw Terrence Crawford and Israel Madrimov in a unanimous decision victory. You let me know that Terrence Crawford, you didn't. What did you think? I'll let you tell the fans on your own. What was your assessment of Crawford's performance last Saturday night?
All right, now we're gonna get
horrible.
to the Crawford.
I mean, if he would have been fighting my son that night, my son would have destroyed him.
Listen to this
speed
guy.
Kills. I think Crawford, that fight with Errol Spence was a fluke, and I knew it. You know, I'm not crazy. I'm not gonna be calling out, you know, listen, he's the best fighter in the world, supposedly, right? He's pound for pound, like Loma was, like Josh Taylor was.
Nah, but
You know,
better than both
my
of them.
son is
Josh
two-time
Taylor,
lineal
hold on.
champion. And
Josh Taylor or Loma ain't on Terrence Crawford level. That shit different. You know he the best fighter in the world. That's why you sitting here saying it. And your son won't destroy him. Like, I'm tired of this clout chasing. Take your happy asses up to 54
and he's making it look like my son doesn't deserve to fight him. Why? You know what I'm saying? Why?
It ain't about deserve, dude. He
You
really
beating
want to fight
You
him.
beating a
He
two-time
a
lineal
fighter, so
champion.
yeah, any fighter
You know,
deserves
my
to
son
fight
is the
another
king at
fighter.
140 right now. You know what I'm saying? And we
Dylan Phams
moving
was
up to
good with it,
147
fam.
and try to fight this guy. And if he doesn't want to fight us at 147, we go fucking do it at cash.
Right,
150 or 154 even if he wants. Because the way he looked.
Wait. Let's back up really quickly. You guys are willing to travel all the way up to 154 pounds to take on Terrence.
How big was he? He went in at 168. My son only goes up 9 pounds, man. You know what I'm saying? People don't understand. My son is an expert. He
BJ33 was good, family. Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button, man. Sub to the channel, all that
He
good
beat
stuff.
Josh Taylor so easy that nobody in the world, pro grades couldn't do it. None of those guys could do it. We did it.
None of those guys could do it. We did it. We did it. Nah. Didn't he fight Jack Catterall first? Didn't he? I could have swore he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he fought Jack Catterall first. He did it first. He beat him first. You know what I mean? What's good with it, BJ? How you feeling? He beat him first. T.O. Senior be saying anything.
It's like Loma.
Like Boots
Loma
the
had
best
all
in
the
the
3
world to
belts
me.
when we
Yeah,
fought
nah,
him.
that's
Loma was
that's one of the best fights for him to make.
That's why
yo,
Derek
I
James
think.
told, Crawford, when Crawford started bragging about, I'm going to be the first male undisputed champion of the world twice, Derek James said, no, Teofimo Lopez did that already.
And Derek James was
Roy
wrong.
Jones Jr. said it.
You wasn't
Of course
undisputed
he's
twice,
undisputed
yo.
twice. He beat
Hell no. Teofimo Lopez was never undisputed twice. I don't know what the hell they be talking about, yo. I don't care what Derek James said. He was wrong as hell.
Man that was the man in the division. Back in the days, you beat the man that was
Just because you beat Josh Taylor, that makes y'all undisputed because he was
They don't wanna
undisputed
give
with
us
all
that
the belts.
props, and I
Man,
don't
shut
even
up.
give a damn, bro. All we want to do is fight Crawford.
There you
Does
go.
he have to get personal, bro? You know what I'm saying? He should be proud that the king wants to fight him. You know what I'm saying? He's a king. My son is a king. Bro, everybody went down like flies. You know? Pitbull went down on Saturday. He was the last one standing. Right? Matias went down. Right? The killer, the boogeyman. Right? He took the easy way out when we wanted to fight him.
Yo, for real, bro.
What's the guy's name? Paro. Liam Paro. He took the easy way out thinking he could beat him and got beat up and in Puerto Rico. Right? Devin Haney
He
got
wasn't no
dropped.
undisputed twice. I don't care.
By Ryan Garcia.
I ain't no way in hell I'm running with that.
Nobody
what weight class?
is calling
I
out
ain't
my
never
son.
seen him become undisputed.
He's the one that beat
and have
Josh
all
Taylor,
belt.
the
I know
undisputed
the
champion of the
little
world.
technicality down at 35, but
beat
not
him
at
easy.
140 for sure.
And you don't think we could do that with Crawford? I think that Josh Taylor looked better with my son than Crawford looked better than Crawford looked with Madrigal.
But
Different fights, totally different fights, totally different fighter. Josh Taylor been looking shot since Catterall. He been looking shot since Catterall. He ain't had a good performance since Jack Catterall, dude. What are you talking about? And Madrigal was an undefeated champion. Josh Taylor should have really had a loss already to Jack Catterall, man. Get out of here with that. This dude act like he beat I don't know. Josh Taylor was never never the best fighter in the world. Not the way he talked. I think Liam Paro beat him too. I think he outboxed him.
What would you say to the fight?
Yeah. Derek James did misspeak or something like that. Mark, he did say Teal was 2-time undisputed. Something he said. He did say something like that. I know what he talking about, but Derek James was wrong when he said that, though.
But in all fairness, Madrimov was an unmined and unknown talent who we still don't really know
why he think he was
how good he
undisputed at
truly
140.
is just because he lost to Crawford in a close decision.
Destroyed Crawford
because he beat Josh Taylor.
Faints. And Big Mac or Bo Mac, what's his name? Big Mac or Bo Mac?
You know his name.
Quinn freaking figured it out, man. That's why he got a coach in his corner, man. If I would have been in his corner, I would have told Crawford, yo, double jab. You know what I'm saying? I don't even care if he's fainting on your ass.
What?
Throw a jab on his ass and go to the body, roll under, and come back with a right hand. You know what I'm saying?
So Crawford wasn't going to his body, bro? Crawford was the only fighter going to the body that night. Jamal wasn't going to the body at all. Crawford wasn't double jabbing his way in. What is he talking about? You're not a better coach than Bomac than me. At all. He got cut to shit. He the same dude that told his son, what are you doing? He don't belong in there with you. Go knock him out. And then turned around and the next breath, he said, slow down, Poppy. You got to take your time. You got to take your time. I'm like, man, come on, man. You sent your son in there. Y'all got beat up by Cambosis. I ain't never letting y'all lay that down, man. This dude talking like he the greatest coach in the world, man. You can't coach no damn Crawford. You ain't no better coach for Crawford than Bomac. And never. Yeah, he was catching him with mad right hands, Knight Rider.
And he doesn't do that.
Probably more than I've seen.
So right there at that point, you knew he was uncomfortable. You know, but that's why I'm trainer of the year in 2020, and a lot of people don't even call me trainer of the year. You know what I'm saying? It's like I never did anything, you know. I beat the guy that nobody knew how to beat, and convincingly, man. You know what I'm saying? One of the judges had us winning 11 rounds to 1 against Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying?
Coach, if I
Yo, they a whole weight class up. They done had how many fights at 140 so far? Pedro Campa, Sandor Martin, you had Jermaine Ortiz, Steve Claggett. What do you have? 4 fights so far at 140? I don't think I'm missing nobody, right? Y'all had up and down performances. I don't understand what this dude don't get, bro. I don't understand, yo. They act like they just walking on water, like they just skating through the competition.
To get you, because it's been a long day for you guys, and I know that everybody's pretty much ready to go back in. But if I could ask you,
Josh Taylor was
to watch this video,
appreciate
what would you say to him directly, since maybe you can't get his?
I want you to throw the trash in the garbage, bro.
He fought 5 fighters at 140, and they still talking about Lomachenko.
Oh, do it already, man. I'm tired of hearing your shit, man. And you know what?
Video. What would you say to him directly, since maybe you can't get his?
I want you winning 11 rounds to 1.
Yeah, I hit that like, bro. Let's go. Yeah, that's all. You know
Coach, if I could,
I'm trying to get B Norman back on the show, man. I already spoke to him. I said to him, I didn't ask him if he was getting a fight, but I told him if he get the fight, whoop his ass. He said he got me for sure. I think that is a real possibility for sure, Knight Rider, that he fights him. It is. Nah, for real, B-Dog. For real.
To get you, because it's been a long day for you guys, and I know that everybody's pretty much ready to go back in. But if I could ask you, if Terrence Crawford was to watch this video, what would you say to him directly, since maybe you can't get his?
I want you to throw the trash in the garbage, bro. Do it already, man. I'm tired of hearing your shit, man. And you know what? When I see you and I confront you, bro, I want you to come and hit me, bro. Please do it. Please do it, because I'm tired of this shit, bro. You taking this shit too personal, bro. Fight my son. That's all we want. We want to fight the best. Let's go, baby. Even Canelo said it.
So you admitting to it. So Terrence Crawford is one of the best. That's why y'all want to fight him. So stop saying anything less than that. Say that man is great. That's why I feel like my son could beat him. Say that. Say that. Stop trying to shit on his performance and act like you could have coached him better than Bomac. Stop doing that like we ain't watch you and your son get beat up by Cambosis. A guy that's lost every single fight since then. Cambosis literally has an argument for losing almost every round, with the exception of about 3 or 4 since he beat Teofimo. That dude ain't won a fight since. And he looked bad in each and every one of them fights, getting thoroughly outclassed. Get out of here, man. That's the guy that beat y'all. That dude, Mr. Split Decision King.
And again,
I'm gonna back off you, bro.
Think I'm gonna back off you, bro? Yo, man, they something different. These damn Teofimos, man. One Teofimo is more than enough, man. More than enough. But look, man, I think Bomac ruffled some feathers by calling Tio trash like that. Said Tio ain't shit. Ashley's Corner. What it do, Cuzzo? How you feeling? What's going on with it? Why don't he unify 140 be great? Exactly, because look, he rather, pardon me, give me a second to plug my mic back in. He rather clout chase Terrence, say they want to go up to 54 and fight him rather than actually fighting guys at 140 that has titles. Because in his mind, he beat Josh Taylor, so they already was undisputed at 140. So he acting like it's a thing of the past. Meanwhile, I mean, they saying they want to fight Crawford, but I'll say get on this line if you really want to fight that dude. You know what I'm saying? If not, stop talking about it, man. Stop clout chasing it. You know what I mean? Stop chasing it, because that's what he's doing. He really is chasing it bad. He chasing it, and it's going to catch up to him. He's going to get his ass whooped. He says so he can sue. he just invited Terrence Crawford to hit him. He said, if you see me, you hit me. Hit me in my face. Hold on, let me go back to it.
Bro, everybody went down like flies. You know, people went down on Saturday. Nobody is calling out my son. He's the one that beat Josh Taylor, the undisputed champion of the world. And we beat him easy. And you don't think we could do that with Crawford?
Hell no.
I think that Josh Taylor looked better with my son than Crawford looked better than Crawford looked with Madrigal.
But what would you say to the fight fans that are saying, but in all fairness, Madrimov was an unmined and unknown talent who we still don't really know how good he truly is just because he lost to Crawford in the closest.
Destroyed Crawford with feints.
He destroyed Crawford now, huh?
Big Mac or Bo Mac, what's his name? Big Mac or Bo Mac? Quinn freaking figured it out, man. That's why he got a coach in his corner, man. If I would have been in his corner, I would have told Crawford, yo, double jab. You know what I'm saying? I don't even care if he's fainting on your ass. Double jab on his ass and go to the body, roll under, and come back with a right hand. You know what I'm saying? Because he went orthodox. You saw that.
You hear this guy, yo?
And he doesn't do that. So right there at that point, you know he was uncomfortable. You know, but that's why I'm trainer of the year in 2020, and a lot of people don't even call me trainer of the year. You know what I'm saying? It's like I never did anything, you know? I beat the guy that nobody knew how to beat. And convincingly, man. You know what I'm saying? One of the judges had us winning 11 rounds to 1 against Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying?
11 rounds to 1. I know he lying. I gotta go look at them scorecards because I don't remember that. He said one of the judges had them winning 11 rounds over Loma. That's comical. Y'all damn near let Loma come back. What is he talking about? Loma was putting paws on T.O. ass in the back half of that fight. He said one of the judges had them winning 11 rounds. He sound like he lying, don't he? TLC, shout out, bro.
If I could get you, because I it's been a long day for you guys, and I know that everybody's pretty much ready to go back in. But if I could ask you, if Terrence Crawford was to watch this video, what would you say to him directly? Since maybe you can't get this.
Please, I want you to throw the trash in the garbage, bro. Do it already, man. I'm tired of hearing your shit, man. And you know what? When I see you and I confront you, bro, I want you to come and hit me, bro. Yo. Please do it.
Hey, yo, nah. Yo, he offered Terrence Crawford a free swing at him. Hey, yo, I gotta clip this. I gotta clip this into a shorter video. I got to. He really offered the pull-up king. This is the same dude that was waiting for them outside of medicals. He offered Terrence Crawford to hit him, yo. He said, when you see me, I'm going to confront you. I want you to hit me. I want you to hit me. Man, yo, you don't really want that.
People don't even call me trainer of the year.
Not people even call me trainer of the year. Never did anything.
I beat the guy that nobody knew how to beat. And convincingly.
This guy is crazy.
You know what I'm saying? one of the judges had us winning 11 rounds to 1.
11 rounds to 1.
You know what I'm saying?
Coach, if I could get you,
Man,
because
he's
it's been a long
sauced
day for you guys, and I know that everybody's pretty much ready to go back in. But if I could ask you, if Terrence Crawford was to watch this video, what would you say to him directly? Since maybe you can't get this.
I want you to throw the trash in the garbage, bro. Do it already, man. I'm tired of hearing your shit, man. And you know what? When I see you and I confront you, bro, I want you to come and hit me, bro. Please do it. Please do it. I'm tired of this shit, bro. You taking this shit too personal, bro. Fight my son. That's all we want. We want to fight the best.
On my life, I'm making this a shorter video. D for the win. It was good. I'm damn done. I'm about to clip this and put this on Twitter. I'm tagging Bud Crawford. Y'all, I'm gonna say, hey, Bud, somebody ready to go night-night. Somebody, your Bud gonna start a new knockout streak on T.O. Senior ass. That man asking to get beat up, bro. All right, bro. Y'all gonna make me pull up the other interview when he said Bud was waiting for them, bro, outside of the medicals, man. I'm telling you.
Let's go, baby. Even Canelo said it.
And
what's that supposed to mean?
You, bro? No, man, and that's bullshit that my son don't even freaking confront you. My son confronted you when he went in the locker room when Shakur Stevenson was there and you was there. And he looked straight in your eyes, bro. So stop lying to people telling me that we scared of you, bro. We ain't scared of no fighter, bro. We fought Loma in his prime. We fought Josh Taylor when he had all the belts.
He keeps he's talking about Loma, yo.
Trash, man. And then my son is trash. Go throw the trash out of the garbage, bro. I want to see it. Yo, it ain't gonna happen, brother. With that performance, bro, my son will read those punches in a minute, bro. You cannot be.
You gotta see T.O. in the back, bro.
And you know it.
You hear your dad, T.O. adamantly.
We just gave you mad love and respect.
Nah.
Big Mac.
Now he trying to cop out at the end. I talking about we just gave you mad love and respect. Nah, you just off. You said you're gonna confront him, and when you do, you want him to hit you. You said. I'm sending this to Bud Crawford. I don't care if I got to DM it to him, put it on Instagram, tag him on X. I'm doing Twitter, everything. We up there, man. And I'm gonna make sure Bud know about this. This little wise remark. We about to instigate, man. Oh man, hold on. What else he said? My bad, y'all. What'd he say?
Let's go, baby. Even Canelo said it.
And again,
back off you, bro. No, man, and that's bullshit that my son don't even freaking confront you. My son confronted you when he went in the locker room with
He said his son don't confront him, and then said he did confront him.
Stevenson was there, and you was there. And he looked straight in your eyes, bro. So stop lying to people telling me that we scared of you, bro. We ain't scared of no fighter, bro. We fought Loma in his prime. We fought Josh Taylor when he had all the belts.
No, you didn't.
Stop that bullshit about trash,
No, you didn't.
And if my son is trash, go throw the trash out of the garbage, bro. I want to see it. Yo, make it happen, brother. With that performance, bro.
He lying with
my
a
son
straight
will read
face.
those punches in a minute, bro. You cannot be something that's too fast, bro. And you know it.
You hear your dad, T.O. adamantly.
We just gave you mad love and respect.
It ain't Bo Mac no more. It's Big Mac, bitch.
Oh, they being disrespectful.
Trash. Unbelievable.
Well, there you have it, fight fans.
Oh, they disrespectful. I can't wait till Bo Mac find out. I'll make sure I screen record this. Oh yeah, I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna drop a dime. Oh man, yo, that was funny, man. Yo, it's never a dull moment, yo, with the Lopez's, man. Them dudes really something else, man. They special, man. They special. Look, it's fun. I like I said, I just use this stuff as entertainment. Y'all calling Bo Mac out his name. I can't wait till you hear about it, man. Wait till Crawford be pulling up on you. Hold on, let me see if I can find an interview where he was saying Crawford pulled up on him. Let me see. Hold on. Let me try to find a Bug on. So I'm telling you, Bug gonna really do one of them bad, yo. They keep playing with that man. Where is it at, man? I gotta try to find the one, man. Where Yeah, Tio Senior on there, man. Damn, let me see. Which one was it, man? Hold on. Keyshawn going. Oh yeah, man. I'm telling you, they're gonna take him for that one, man. I don't think they're gonna take too kindly to that disrespect. Oh, hold on. Is this the one? Man, hold on. I gotta see if this the one. Let me see if this the one. I'm not sure, y'all. This might be the one. They've been clout chasing Crawford for a minute.
If they see me, they think, that's the Pops. Pops gonna come over here wilding. You know what I'm saying? Look. And everybody's gonna question what Errol Spencer he fight. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They're always gonna ask that question.
This might be the one.
I mean, that's you just don't fight him in the ring. I don't know. Personal, bro.
Yeah, this the one.
Man.
I think that your son is the most accomplished fighter that Bud has in his resume.
Yeah, but this is not personal. This is boxing, man. Yo, Crawford want to be great. We want to be great too. It's a competition. It's not supposed to be personal, bro. Yeah. You know, we was over there. You know, after the fights, we was over there at the medics. My son is checking himself out of the medics, and Crawford's out there waiting for him. You know, it's crazy. You know. You know, we was over there. You know, after the fights, we was over there at the medics. My son is checking himself out of the medics, and Crawford's out there waiting for him. You know, it's just crazy. You know,
that's whack.
I don't know why he wanted to do.
But just that, why don't fight him in the ring?
I don't know why they wanted to do what he wanted to do. You know, but thank God I wasn't in there because you know it would have created some type of stuff. You know, even though I'm a nice guy, I wouldn't freaking like attack you or nothing.
They can't. What is it?
If they see me, they think, that's the Pops. Pops gonna come over here wilding. You know what I'm saying? Look, man. And everybody's gonna question what Errol Spencer he fight.
How you get to Earl Spence, bro?
They're always gonna ask that question. You know?
How the hell did
you just don't destroy somebody like that?
How the hell you get to Earl Spence, bro?
You know? A guy that been having.
I promise y'all, Earl Spence ain't have nothing to do with the conversation. He just be talking, bro. So this was 5 months ago, y'all. Shout out to Punch Drunk because he be having the Lopez's on. But you hear how he sound? He like, yo, my son's checking out at medicals and he's waiting for us, bro. I don't know why. What you mean you don't know why? That's because you keep talking crazy. Yeah, this shit is crazy. You can't make this stuff up, man. Tio Senior is a fool, man.
Having very good competitive fights and all this. Everybody's gonna question stuff. You know, even though I'm a nice guy, I wouldn't freaking like. Thank God I wasn't in there. I don't know why he wanted to do it. And Crawford's out there waiting. Be personal, bro. It's boxing, man.
Yeah, man.
Yo, Crawford want to be great. We want to be great too. It's a competition. It's not supposed to be personal, bro. Yeah. You know, we was over there. You know, after the fights, we was over there at the medics. My son is checking himself out of the medics, and Crawford's out there waiting for him. You know, it's just crazy. You know,
that's whack.
I don't know why he wanted to do it.
But just that, why don't fight him in the ring?
I don't know why they wanted to do what he wanted to do. You know, but thank God I wasn't in there because you know it
thank God I wasn't in there.
Some type of stuff. You know, even though I'm a nice guy, I wouldn't freaking like attack you or nothing.
They can't. What is it?
If they see me, they think, that's a
If
Pops.
they see me,
Pops gonna come over here wilding. You know what I'm saying? Look, man. And everybody's gonna question what Errol Spencer he fight. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They're always gonna ask that question. You know? I mean, you just don't destroy somebody like that. You just don't. You know, or a guy that been having very good competitive fights, and all of a sudden you just come and blow him away like that. Something was wrong with him. I know it that night. There was something very wrong with him. Having very good competitive. That's the Pops. Pops gonna come over here wilding. You know what I'm saying? There, because you know it would have created some type of need for him. You know, it's just crazy. You know.
That's whack. That's whack.
I don't know
why
why he wanted to do.
Ring? But just that, why don't fight him in the ring?
I don't know why they wanted to do what he wanted to do, you know. But thank God I wasn't in there.
I think we should plan this another time. This nigga's scared.
Yo, Pops. So look, all jokes aside, now that I'm done having fun with it, like I said, I don't think they want to fight Bud Crawford at all. I just think they found somebody to attach their name to. It's kind of a long shot. Bud Crawford comfortably 2 weight classes away from 140. So they calling him out where I think is safe. They don't really want to fight him. He went from talking like that, saying it ain't personal, to inviting Bud Crawford to hit you, and you saying you gonna confront him and you want him to hit you because you tired of his shit. So that sounds very personal to me. So again, cloud chasing going wrong, because that's what that's gonna be. He gonna end up getting himself hurt playing with Bud Crawford. As I said before, I don't think he really want to fight that dude. Look, Teofimo, when he's fully focused and on the top of his game, he's a damn good fighter, but he's far too inconsistent in my opinion. And I think he lacks the IQ and consistency in the ring to be able to beat a guy like Bud Crawford, even with him on his way to being 37. You get what I'm saying? I don't see no scenario where he walks out of there and beat Bud Crawford. I think Bud will outbox him and make it look relatively easy too. He'd outbox him comfortably, I think. Not saying Tio can't compete, but he ain't walking up out of there with his hand raised. And I got a suspicion that he messed around and get stopped too. So again, some stuff is cool when you say it out loud. Yeah, I want to fight Terrence Crawford. Oh, so you saying you'll go to, yeah, we'll go to 54. Yeah, it sound good out loud. That's one of them things. It sound cool when you say it out loud, but when you actually do it, you know what I mean? Or would you actually do it? No. So again, man, it's been fun covering this with these dudes because I genuinely had fun at their expense. I think they funny, man. Their delusion, I find laughter and humor in it because they just get on here and say anything. And now they talking crazy about Bomac and Crawford. I would love to see them at 154 and make that fight, man. And I think they get the hell beat out of them, both of them. I really do. I think it'd be all bad for both of them dudes. He'd be outside the ring with not knowing what kind of instructions to give Tio against a guy like Bud Crawford. That's what I believe. So I think he'd get himself hurt. He can talk this all he want, but we'll see. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, Bud will really try to hurt Tio. I think he would hurt him. No doubt about it. He'd hurt him. You get what I'm saying? So again, man, I don't see it, man. Tio need to be trying to unify at 140 instead of using the Josh Taylor win as some type of excuse not to pursue other quality fights at 140. Like I said, he acted the same way with the Josh Taylor win as he did with the Lomachenko win. When he beat Lomachenko, he acted as if that he did it all and it was nothing left for him. He took his eye off the ball and got beat up by Kambosos. See what I'm saying? Now, the same thing almost happened. You beat Josh Taylor and then have another shaky fight. You get what I'm saying? With Jermaine Ortiz, which some people thought you lost. You get what I'm saying? So it's the same thing, and he got that same energy. He mentally, he doesn't show growth. Like he don't show growth, and he stays stuck in the past. He don't know how to move forward. And he got somebody and his dad that just don't make it no better. And you got two the blind leading the blind, so to speak, man. I like him as a talent, but and they cool as a team and stuff. They've been successful. Look, Teal's a damn good fighter, man. They did their thing in the sport, but he's very young and it's a lot more for him to accomplish. But the reason why I don't think he'll reach what his full potential could be, or maybe he had his full potential and I just don't know. Maybe I think too highly of the dude, but I think mentally he always gonna get in his own way. You get what I'm saying? I think the stuff that they say in interviews, they believe a lot of that stuff. And it comes off very like out of touch with reality, borderline delusional. The stuff that they say, he just be saying anything. And you can't do that just because the camera on. I understand selling yourself and being entertaining, but that shit, you gotta do it the right way. And the way he do it is overselling his son. And we know how that work out. You oversell and under deliver. Just like Ann McQueen be saying, that shit don't work. You gotta undersell and over deliver. You know what I mean? That y'all don't do that. So again, man, I think it's been fun for them to use the, a Terrence Crawford name because it's comfortable. Like, you get what I'm saying? He's 2 weight classes away. I just don't see that fight happening. So again, he can comfortably call him out where it's safe, but that shit just gonna end up going bad for him, horribly bad for him, I think. So we'll see. We'll see who he fight next. I would love to know who Tio fight next. I know he fought, Steve Claggett not too long ago, but that was it. That was an alley-oop, man. That was a layup. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, he got to fight. He need to fight some of them other top dogs at 140 and stop taking top fights off the table while calling out fights that you're not realistically pursuing. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I don't like about Tio, because you can't get a read on him and who he even wants to fight next. So reign in peace, Queen. How you feeling? Double doses for the press conference. Oh, I know Tio done shot this all with 2 fights with low mentality for real. Yeah, for sure. And I think that's a lot of the reason why his mentality is set up the way it is. Because he's done things in the sport. He's beat 2 credible ass guys, but it's like, is it over? You get what I'm saying? Why do he act like it's over now that you beat these guys? We get it, but what you gonna continue to do? You still got more business to accomplish at 140. You don't just get to name yourself undisputed because you beat a guy that once held all the belts and say, because I beat the guy that used to have all the belts, even though he ain't have them all when I beat him, it makes me undisputed. That shit makes no sense whatsoever. So that's the only thing about the belts that pissed me off too. You know what I mean? If it was just one belt and not so many, it wouldn't be that confusing. But I don't ever recall him being undisputed or recognized as undisputed at 140 pounds unless I'm tripping. So it is what it is. And like I said, when it comes to 35, I heard about the technicality and the argument that people make for him being undisputed there. So you can have that, but you damn sure wasn't undisputed at 140. Unless I'm tripping and I missed some shit, which I don't think I did. I mean, you don't have all the belts now. When have you had all the belts at 140 to be undisputed? So miss me with that. You beat Josh Taylor. That's cool. You beat Steve Claggett last. Let's see what you do next. That's where I'm at with it. But my final thoughts on that, I don't think he wants anything to do with Bud Crawford at all. I think he's just going to keep clout chasing and see where it go. Let's see how little ass Tank was punching on his son. Yeah, he don't get it. They don't get it. Bud Crawford want to do his son filthy. And then you talking all this here, be weaving these shots. Let's talk about how his power didn't transition up to 40. And if you jump to 54, then he'll be just like a damn fish out of water, and he'll really get smashed up there. So I think he got to smarten up, man. This dude gotta he gotta get it together, man, because he running out of time fast, man. Being low and Josh now means he can handle Bud on no level, right? That's what I'm saying. Definitely had the belts at 35, right? And then they had the technicality, whereas was it the WBC recognizing him as the champion and therefore which made him undisputed, somewhere along those lines. But 140, no, for sure. He just talking shit. You know what I mean? He beat Josh Taylor, true, but Josh Taylor didn't have all them damn belts. And if we really want to be 100, we all know Jack Catterall beat Josh Taylor as well. He beat him first. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Let's see where Tio and Tio Sr. go from here. Now they brought Bo Mac, calling him Big Mac, called the man out his name. You're talking crazy about Crawford. Remember, he pulled up on y'all once. He'll pull up on you again. So you might want to be smart about the way you clout chase this man. You get what I'm saying? You might want to be a little bit smarter with that. But we'll see. So salute to everybody in the building. Y'all smash the like button, man. That's pretty much all I got for today, man. Canelo and Turkey has been fun, entertaining covering that. I had a lot of laughs with that, man. Edgar Berlanga and Canelo has been funny. You know what I'm saying? It should be a fairly entertaining fight as long as it lasts, because Edgar Berlanga is just gonna come forward and try to fight. That's his only way. That's his only path to victory. He ain't gonna be able to box and move his way to victory. That's just not his style. So he got his work cut out for him September 14th. Like I said, I doubt if we see Crawford and Canelo. I don't care to see it. I'm more interested in the matchups at 154 because it's a deep ass division. So, and I wonder if Crawford even wants to try to run the table at 54, because if he does decide to do so, it won't be easy. It won't be easy at all, bro. Salute to my bro A1 Hoops on. He said already giving him too much. Just do them boys off them shrooms, powder spoon candy, whatever comes to mind. They off. Oh, them Lopez's. Yeah, they out of touch of reality, man. They just say anything that come to mind. Especially the father. Tio get it from his father, so he a prisoner of his loyalty to his dad, and they like one and the same. The way they think, they share brain cells for sure. They share the same brain and brain cells for sure. Man.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Man, and y'all make much love to my guy A1. Y'all make sure y'all smash the like button if y'all didn't. And let's stay tuned, man. We got a good fight. We got a good fight for sure. We got a solid card with Bohachuk and Ortiz, man. I'm rooting for Ortiz. I want to see what he made of. I think this fight proves it and shows it. Bohachuk is about as worthy as an opponent as you can get. It don't get no no, I mean, I don't think it get no tougher than that. You know what I mean? For a step-up fight anyway, especially when you had 2 layups at 54, right? So Vergil, like I said, with him, we get to see exactly what he's made of. And if he's all the way healthy, if he got his that rhabdo situation under control, and is he just ready to be great? Because I think with the right kind of win, the right kind of statement, I think, salute to my baby girl, the queen, Miss Jusdu. How you feeling, baby girl? Still at work. It's gonna be a long one. Don't work too hard. But try a little, get a light touch first. Oh, yeah. Warm up fight. It makes sense. It do make sense, though. It do make sense. Shout out to my baby girl. But I think, yeah, he gonna get tested for sure in this fight. Both guys. Like I said, we seen Bohachuk get stopped before, but we also seen him put a beating on Mendoza, who's tough as hell, who knocked out, you know what I mean, Fundora. So he's been around a little bit. They 2 KO artists. They're gonna be, like I said earlier, 2 trains on the same track, man. Neither guy gonna want to take a backward step, which is gonna lead to an all-out scrap. And I don't think it goes the distance. I think Vergil Ortiz will get his hand raised. I think he comes up out of there with his KO streak intact. I think he do. Messing with Bud, they're gonna share ass kick out. You know it, Mark. That's 100% facts, bro. They will. They gonna share ass whooping for sure. They gonna get their asses whooped together. You know what I mean? Probably at the same time, preferably too, because they ain't gonna take Tio Senior, but one shot to his chin and he out of there. Punch him in his stomach and they gonna beat the Junior up. Could be a fight of the year type fight. Absolutely. Bohachuk, like I said, man, that Mendoza fight opened my eyes to him. He was battering him and he carried his power all the rounds. He was strong. But I wonder if Vergil Ortiz was on the other side of him, if fighting Mendoza that night. I think he'd have messed around, got a stoppage, man, because Vergil Ortiz is a bit more explosive and athletic, I believe, and more technically sound as well. Bohachuk leave a lot of openings when he attack. That's what I notice about him when he's on the offensive. So that's why I think Vergil Ortiz going to capitalize and be able to hurt him. You know what I'm saying? I think he'll be able to hurt him. They can hurt each other, truth be told, though, because if Mean Machine could clip Vergil and hurt him, the right punch from Bohachuk can do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, what you got about, we got over 40 knockouts, I think, between the both of them. So that's just going to be one of them fights. It's going to be a banger. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm definitely looking forward to it, man. So could be fight of the year type fight. Some people's doubting Vergil. Some people feel like he the favorite. But that inactivity and having those 2 fights where they only went the second round, like, you get what I'm saying? He ain't got that much. He ain't been active that much. The way he exited 147 wasn't really on his own terms. His health led him to do that, right? Then it took him a while to get situated. Then when he did come back, you had 2 kind of layups, rightfully so, testing the waters. But those fights didn't go long, so you ain't had a lot of in-ring activity going on. Is that going to affect you? Is your health going to affect you? Is Bohachuk going to be able to push you to your limit Saturday? Let's see it. You know what I mean? Say real quick, what you think of a fight with Tank and Edwin? Look, I don't knock good fights. Edwin's a good fighter, I believe. It will be unexpected. But I'm just not here to complain about fights. I mean, it's not something that I can say I seen coming. I did hear about it, but I don't know how, factual it is. I just know I'm hearing it's a possibility for sure, but not a bad fight. I mean, but in terms of like moving forward, I don't think that fight will necessarily do that for Tank because he just got beat by Shakur, who everybody said had a horrible performance. He got beat by a one-handed Shakur and hasn't done anything since then. So, you know what I'm saying? I think maybe, I don't think nobody necessarily checking for De Los Santos right now either, right? So, especially when people was thinking it was Tank and Loma or then a possible Tank and Shakur. And then it's, oh, no, Tank and De Los Santos. You get what I'm saying? The excitement levels, I think, is different for that fight. I don't think people would be as excited for that fight as they would be one of those other opponents. But nonetheless, Edwin's a solid fighter. I just, we already know what it is. You know what I mean? It's gonna be tough to find opponents adequate to Tank outside of the absolute top guys. You get what I'm saying? But my issue is just all the misinformation that we left to deal with and sift throughout the weeks, man. And it's just so much bullshit information that come out, and then we blaming fighters for shit that's really not their fault. So I'm just mad that first and foremost, I'm mad that Loma decided to remove himself out of the lottery, at least up until 2025. I'm mad that he even said no to Shakur. I'm mad that the Shakur and Tank thing was even being said and didn't happen because now people expecting, fighters to do shit that they really ain't supposed to do. So it just turned into a mess. It was interesting at first when it first got presented, but then once we get it becomes a stagnant situation and the information becomes limited. Now we forced to create narratives based off limited bits and pieces of information and place blame where it's just so premature with this situation. You don't know who's at fault for what because you're not really hearing shit from no team. You get what I'm saying? You're not hearing shit from nobody. You just know guys don't have an opponent lined up right now. And I don't know what's stopping either team from reaching out however it's supposed to go. Like I ain't siding with nobody when it's time to make a fight. I'm siding with the fight being made. So I just don't know what steps need to be made for them to fight. And I just keep hearing people say, Shakur X, Y, and Z, he got to do this. He got quiet now. He's not saying this. He's saying shit, ain't got him to fight yet. It's doing that matters. It's answering the bell that matters. It's actually being persistent to want to fight. I just don't know what else you could say. Typing it on social media is not gonna get it. You get what I'm saying? So that I just feel like, both parties involved got to show that their interest is them and each other right now. And I just don't know if that's the case on either side. I don't know what's going on because we don't have any information to really go off. It's a lot of different things that have been said. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of different things that have been said. Tank only called Cat and kept his mouth closed because he's not no clout chaser. He's not looking to try to, convince a whole bunch of people some shit that ain't happening. And I appreciate that about him. When he spoke, it was very brief. It was an emoji. We all knew what he meant. And it made sense. Both guys, they was on the same page there. Since then, we really ain't heard nothing on either side. So I can't sit up here and say, well, just because they're talking about making a fight was a pay to, which we already knew was the thing. You get what I'm saying? That, oh, this guy is ducking now, or Tank might be fighting this guy. Now Tank is ducking, man. That shit is all lame. These dudes, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I know what I'm hearing. And again, as long as I don't hear neither fighter switching up what the message that they've been putting out is that they want to fight each other. And when that opportunity is there and it presents itself, especially for the guy on the B side of things, you get called, you better not turn down shit. You can't say you don't want to fight. Can't say you tied up, you busy, not right now. I don't want to hear none of that shit. You get what I'm saying? But from my understanding, I just watched people go through this shit for the longest and kind of, said it was a certain way that this had to be done. Now that it's these two involved, it's like, nah, Shakur's supposed to be, he got to call and do this. He quiet, man. I'm tired of it. So all I can say is we don't got enough information. It's premature. I doubt if they got covered much ground. Who knows? I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but like I said, I ain't heard neither fighter say they won't fight each other. I still ain't heard nobody duck and dodge and avoid each other. So I just don't know, what's the next step? You know what I mean? If there's no communication, there is no next step. And Shakur offered, and Shakur refused the offer. I had to put the blame on the A side. You don't say nothing. And I try not to place no blame, Chop, because I don't know exactly what the focus is. I know what's been being said, but like I was saying before, I got this theory that when that fight gets made, it's not gonna get made off the back of a guy pulling away from the situation, if that's making sense. Whereas, like, we all anticipated Tank and Loma. The Shakur and Tank would have been a better fight, in my opinion, and a bonus, right? But I just don't feel like that fight was going to materialize off the back of one guy having to pull out. Like, they basically, he's not going to be a damn plan B. That's as clear as I could say it, y'all. Shakur Stevenson is not going to be a plan B, if that makes sense. And this is just my opinion. And when I mean plan B, I mean, of course, Loma was the target, right? Loma was the target. He removed himself out of the lottery spot, and then it kind of presented an opportunity for Shakur. But I just don't feel like that fight is going to be materialized or put together off those circumstances with a guy move. I don't know, maybe I feel like that has zero impact, but again, a plan B situation is different. You get what I'm saying? I feel like with a guy as dangerous as those two are as chance they got the best chance at beating each other. When it's time for them to fight, it's going to be, hey, man, I'm fighting you and you fighting me. It ain't going to be, hey, Shakur is about to fight Zepeda, but now he fighting Tank. It ain't going to be that. It's going to be, hey, man, I'm fighting Tank, Shakur fighting Tank, and Tank fighting Shakur. That's what I think. That's how that's going to be. I don't think it's going to be, a fight that comes together off the back of somebody removing himself from the opportunity, and then it's like a fill-in kind of situation. I don't see that. And maybe I could be dead wrong, but I don't see that happening that way. When it does happen, when we hear news, it's going to be, hey, man, it's Tank and Shakur supposed to be fighting. It ain't going to be no other name in between, if you understand what I'm saying. It ain't going to be no speculation. It's going to be me, him versus him. You give him Tank versus Shakur, Shakur versus Tank. It ain't going to be, well, Tank was supposed to fight Loma, but now he fighting Shakur. Shakur is supposed to fight Zepeda, but now he's going to fight. It's not going to be that. You get what I'm saying? It's going to be them versus them, nothing else. It ain't going. You get what I'm trying to say? Nothing else. It ain't going to be, oh, I thought he was supposed to fight such and such. Nah, it's going to be, that's what it's going to be, what it's going to be. No in between. So, and I think why I'm saying that, because as much as a threat as they are to what each other have going on, no matter who you think will win, it just, it's the kind of fight that is going to require your 100% focus, and that's what you're going to be locked and focused on. It ain't going to be like, well, I was looking at him, but I'll go here. I ain't saying that can't happen. I just don't see it happening under them circumstances. That's all. You know what I'm saying? So what do you think Shakur needs to do to get the fight? I'm big on communication, Chop, because I believe through communication is the only way we can get any fights. I mean, I'm not against him reaching out to say, yo, what's up, man? What you want? You know what I'm saying? I'm not against that. I'm not against him reaching out. So I really don't know. I can say be available when that phone ring. You get what I'm saying? Because remember before, this is what we was told, that, A side send offers X, Y, and Z. So now it kind of, I see people trying to reroute now because of the fighter that's involved. So it's like, nah, Shakur's supposed to do. I just hate to get into that. So I say what I will say, because I'm a straight down the middle, straight shooter. Both guys got to get on the same page, and both teams got to get on the same page. And that's how we're going to get that fight. Other than that, it ain't happening. Facts, Irvin. No fill-ins. You get, and this will be sort of a fill-in. If you get, they're not fighting each other coming off no fill-in where some time has passed, and it's like, well, all right, well, I gotta make a decision where I'm gonna fight. Nah, that fight is not gonna be presented in that way. And I bet you I'll be right. If I'm wrong, I call it out. I'll say I was wrong, but I seriously doubt that fight get materialized that way. Now, again, this is something that I wouldn't mind being wrong about. Let me put that out there too. I wouldn't be mind if I'm wrong. Then that means that's great for us, and we get to see the fight. So that's what I'll say. Stand on everything you said, Chop. Stand on everything you said, and as the fighter that you are, be available, answer the call. Don't price yourself out. Be willing to, come to the table, be reasonable, you know what I mean? And you got a team to do all that stuff for you, right? But check all them boxes when it's time. When that phone call happens, you know what I mean? Because it's only so much you could say about wanting to fight and this X, Y, and Z. Like, you know what I mean? So you shouldn't have to go above and beyond. If two guys want something, then they'll reach out, and who, it doesn't matter who establishes point of contact as long as it happened, right? So you get what I'm saying? I'm just not big on blaming nobody because I don't have enough information as to what conversations are taking place behind the scenes to try to say whose fault is what. You get what I'm saying? And like I always get a fighter's benefit of the doubt. I think they want to fight each other, but like I said, business is going to be business. And they're going to continue to do smart business. So again, if it makes sense, I think business sense for them when it's all said and done to pursue that fight right now, that's what they'll do. But I'll say this, and this is just my opinion on it. If I, and I'm just, this is a hypothetical, if I'm in position, right, I'm involved in the powers that be, and I got an investment like Tank Davis, and we just established him, let's say, with a 6-fight deal, a lucrative 6-fight deal. Do you necessarily take this risk that early into the deal if you think about maximizing your dollar? Now, again, I'm speaking from the business aspect, and there's a reason I say that because of the conversations I have. That's where people usually they go to start talking about the business, the numbers, and all of that. So when I hear all of that different resistance being put up and all the downplaying of Shakur, it just tells me that all parties involved are not 100% on board with fighting him right now. It has absolutely zero to do with ducking or being scared. I'm strictly talking about from a maximizing your earning potential. Do you take that risk that early into the deal? I don't know if you do that, but they could always prove me wrong by just doing it, right? But again, if you're talking about a 6-7 fight deal, and we always talk about how, you know, if you lose, that can potentially mess up the next big bag. You've heard it from Andre Ward. I don't care who you are. When you lose, that money be a little different next time around. Even if it's fairly the same, but he said it'd be a little different next time around. So if you thinking from that standpoint, I'm not saying nobody thinks he's gonna lose, but if you strictly thinking about earning potential, and if you see the way that he's been moved a certain way, maximizing his dollar while challenging himself at the same time, do you necessarily take that chance this early in the deal? That's strictly something that my opinion on that. I ain't saying that's what's going on, but that's something that I think when I see the way that this situation is playing out. It don't sound like all parties involved are on board with going. All systems ain't go. And I don't give a damn what side it's on. I don't know what side to say it's on, but the overall picture, nobody can convince me that all systems are 100% go on both sides. And I'm not leaning to one side more than the other. I don't give a damn. I just wish I knew. So, you know, and that's how I see it. You know, maybe they considering that earning potential and maximizing your dollars. And I don't care what you say. Not only is that a guy who stylistically can make you not look bad. I mean, he can make you look bad and you not look like yourself. He's a difficult style to beat. I don't care if you think it's running, boring. It's a difficult style to beat. And matchmakers know goddamn well that it's not easy to beat him. Even if you think you got the hardest, the baddest man in the world, it's just not an easy guy to deal with. So do you necessarily take that chance this early, or do you knock some people off first and then fight? And that, again, I'm strictly talking about from the business side and the powers that be. That's something that I think the thoughts that some of those guys may share. And I told y'all, I had conversations with people that talk directly to matchmakers, and they say, in fact, that is never the goal to go in there and put their fighter in there with the most dangerous guy. Because how the hell are they gonna make money if they do that? Now, I'm not saying that's his situation, but I just don't feel like on both sides all systems are go, or we would be getting it. It would be nothing stopping it. It's that simple. So it got to be something stopping it. And I don't think it's as simple as trying to say somebody is ducking. I think that's lame. I think that's the lazy route. I can't do that. I think it's deeper than that. I think there's more going on than that. But if in these coming weeks or whatever we find out that it's in fact somebody just not standing on business and not wanting smoke, then I'll definitely speak on it. I don't care who it is. It don't matter to me. You know what I mean? But that's what I think. Got to get to the money. That's all. And again, the way they make it seem like, well, the numbers this, well, what numbers and what he bring to the table? I'll be hearing too many different arguments, and it sounds like, nah, all about the business these days. Yeah, that's what it is. And part of it we got to understand, because it can't be no business if they ain't making money. If everybody fighting all dangerous fights and everybody going directly to the most dangerous guy, people are not only shortening their careers, but they shorten their earning potential. more money brought to the sport means the more money to make these other fights down the line. So I'm just at a point in place in with boxing where I'm just trying to understand rather than being a guy criticizing everything with limited information. I see this shit on a regular, but limited information. We make these permanent assessments and we just don't have enough info to do so. So that's where I'm at with it. I just don't know. I mean, yeah, for sure. Big Baby took a big risk, man. So that's what I think. Do I think if both fighters will fight each other? Absolutely. Do I think either team is scared of the other one? No. But I think people know full well. I don't give a damn what nobody say. Real recognize real. You know what the risk is. The matchmakers, like I said, advisors, don't matter. You know how dangerous your fighter is, but you know how risky of a fight Shakur is for people, right? You heard it all their career, high risk, low reward, this, or X, Y, and Z, all this bullshit. Well, again, there's other people that see it that way too. So, like I said, that's the question. Am I maximizing my dollars on my way to fighting all of these dudes, or am I gonna get this guy out the way now? So it's just that simple, and we will see. But I just don't think it's as cut and dry as trying to say somebody avoiding and ducking. You know what I mean? Especially when you got to consider business. People gonna make the best business move for themselves, and that's just what it is. And in a sport like boxing, unforgiving, where you can't play it because you ask them to do anything less than do the absolute best for themselves each and every time out, and sometimes that don't lead to the best matchup because then they can't maximize earning potential if something is to go wrong. So that's just a thought process I share, man. That's something I think, and I could be wrong, but we'll see, man. We'll see. So he keep being the most dangerous guy, proving that nobody can mess with him, right? And you heard what Paulie said. If you fighting those type of guy, the top guy, you're not gonna look the same. Andre Ward said it's not smart. It'll shorten your career. So some of these options, and I do understand. You get what I'm saying? I get it. So we'll see, man. Time reveals all, and that's been the case with boxing. So I think in these next coming weeks we'll know something. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm hearing we might get some information as to who Tank gonna actually fight soon. So let's see on the biggest level. Absolutely. So with that being said, man, shout out to everybody rocking with your boy, man. To the end of the show, y'all make sure y'all smash the like button, sub to the channel if you haven't, man. And we gonna be back tomorrow to build on this great boxing, man. We're gonna have a good fight card this weekend, man. Like I said, Vergil Ortiz is getting tested, and Canelo speaking English is got to be the highlight of the week. By far, the highlight of the week. And then calling Caleb Plant, I got you, buddy. Take it easy. I'll take care of him for you. Got to be the funniest shit of the week, bro. Got to be. Oh, yeah, and one more thing. This is funny, too, before we get out of here. Shout out to Bubba Dub, but this is hilarious.
Isaac, Pitbull Cruz is what they call it. Trash. You better not call out Tank David. No, mother.
A couple seconds in.
Isaac, Pitbull Cruz is what they call it. Trash. You better not call out Tank David. No, motherfucking more. Went 12 rounds. Be honest with a nobody. I thought you fought Austin River. My bad, fam. You fought Jose Venezuela. My bad. All this. We gonna set this fight up, easy little fight up. No, it wasn't. Yeah, he put that jab in your life the whole night. You couldn't do nothing. I gotta be real. Now, my Mexican friends, y'all told me, hey, Holmes, Davis is running for people. No, he not. His arms too motherfucking low. That ain't gonna get you nowhere. I want to give credit right now to Jose Venezuela. You did your thing Saturday night, fam. Did nobody really know who you were, but they know who you is now. Yeah. You got a name for yourself. I seen you say you were fighting for your family. You did that. I'm going to give you your props. You put on an excellent show this Saturday night out there in L.A. Jose Venezuela. Yeah, the underdog's on top right now. Yeah, Pitbull thought it was going to be an easy fight. Throwing all the punches, but didn't do shit. Now, y'all told me Pitbull was the man. You lied. Trash, 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 trash.
Hey, man, that's hilarious, yo. Bubba Dub is a fool, man. And I had one more little small clip of the Keyshawn and the Vargas brothers from another angle.
Teofimo knock you out, nigga. Hey, shut the fuck up, motherfucker. I'm gonna fuck you
Chris, he said that ninja, that N-word, his pops got on his ass.
Teofimo will knock you out, nigga. Hey, shut the fuck up, motherfucker. I'm gonna fuck you up. Shut up. Teofimo will knock you out. Punch your ass up. Punch your ass up. Shut up already. Hey, Fernando. Hey, yo.
Yo, man, real quick, I just want to say shout out to Fernando Vargas for that, man. He checked his son because he know he was saying something out of pocket. You know them cameras are around. Shout out to him for being aware, being an OG, and trying to get in control of that situation before it got bad, man. Checking his son like that, even with his, with the little back and forth. He tried to keep maintain order. I got respect for him for that for sure. But yeah, man, shout out to Ryo. He definitely can fight. He ain't no nobody. I know Bubba Dub just don't. He ain't familiar with him, but we knew what it was. Y'all heard me pick all week and say Ryo was going to outbox that man, and that's exactly what it was. So shout out to him, man. And Pitbull, back to the drawing board you go, and you can forget about that Tank fight. So with that, man, shout out to everybody. Much love and appreciation, man. Y'all hit that button on the way out, man. I will see all y'all tomorrow at 4 o'clock to build on this great sport of boxing, man. So with that, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all good Wednesday, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace to the family.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see him jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, his channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdu shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. .4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.